Baba, it's me right now. Hello, my people. Here we are again on a Saturday night. I greet everybody for house. I greet I greet everybody wherever you are. I greet you. I beg, make una help me share this video. For some time now, una know say son of man, me, don't take life easy with development in Edo. But it's not supposed to be like that. Not supposed to be like that. Before I start, I would like to thank all social media presenters, those will get, those will be bloggers, those one will get platform. I agree to una try well. Una try to put the heat on the leaders of our government, people with the govern Edo. Una do great wonder. Nobody they remember una. I think na me now. I remember una. I thank una. This not be the first time where I thank una, because a lot of una don't do great work. Today now, report where they come from Edo, especially Benin City. They say light there everywhere. Some areas get light. Some areas get light for Benin, the street, the light they there. Then they see that na the work of Edo's in diaspora. Social media presenters with the diasporas and the Edo with the diaspora. Now then, taken upon themselves to do the work of opposition. I greet all of una. Una try well. Now God go bless una. But I go still tell una here now. So the topic where we get today, we already know. We thank all of una well. I invite all of una, make una help me share this video. make una share and make it go viral. As I talked before, I thank those in diaspora, especially the social media presenters. One of our sister, Princess Uwangwe, she did really try. Now she did put the two way beneath the call of Sofureyo, and a lot of people, more so our brother Elvis Edigin, will provide this platform. Make we talk to Edo. By so doing, all of us, we don't try. But like say we can create another ITV for diaspora so that make we participate for the event and development for Edo. I greet everybody well. I greet una try, not be saying a lie. Oh no, una here. So the topic today, una see two areas where just need special attention at this present time now. Now I want to talk. I feel do part two on them, depending how people take participate for this program today. Things where they make life better, where person they feel stay for life, they enjoy. One, health, food, and security. Those three, and housing too. Those are the four things where human being need for life to better. But of all these four aspects of social development, I go only take on two today, and that is health and security. These two things then get as them be for Edo. In the past, why I first thank all the social media presenters and all the Edos in diaspora, when this insecurity, when it catch fire for Edo, now social media presenter begin to shout, hey, Obaseki, hey, Esme 1 kilo, so, hey, what do they call them? Courtesan. This one will just they happen now. Now, we can't join the insecurity now. Rituals, this money making something way than they said for the rituals, so me not so much understand that. I don't see anywhere person go kill somebody. The person will go to the thing, best person where they kill will go thief money come from central bank, or thief and come from Moibo central bank, come they share and the person will come reach. So that now one. The main one now be the head. That head today involve say person not well, it go get place where it go. Everybody will do diaspora. Now say as Oyibo, they put money for head, then they put them for head, make everybody get treatment. Upon all, it still get as it be, but it's still better 100% or 1000% better than the so-called private hospital for Nigeria or for Edo. 1000%, 90% better pass. For example, now, if me not well now, and I don't want go hospital for UK, I go just phone ambulance. If the thing serious well when an emergency, the people put helicopter for up. If it dey not too dey serious, you get as it be, they'll fit send some people with the ride motorbike, we go beat all the traffic. Big doctor or health service giver could just ride big motorbike come. Meanwhile, ambulance don't come out since so that they come, that they play siren, they play, they drive the car. For that do. Mona not cost me today, my just talker. As soon as I don't work out it, if I don't visit to reach, when I don't see one ambulance, where then they call for Edo. Now question I ask you, when I don't see one ambulance, they make nothing like that. They say they buy keke napep. Me not see as keke napep go take carry person weight like that. Wait nothing. They'll put stretcher, put her for stretcher, put for there. We not get. We not get. Hakim, we're present in a trust where me where we topic now. Barry no ye do ma. It will go make a do better. Now you like. Thank you. You join me today when the time don't reach. We go discuss her. We not get one single ambulance. The one we just come make me vex where I choose this topic, say me we discuss her. About 3 or 4 days ago, I see Apostle Yunusa. They go show us foundation for where they destroy for that monumental hospital, specialist hospital where we both built in 1904. 1904. Now, no waiting be that. Immediately then, Oibojo enter Edo, enter Bende, enter Nigeria, enter me, I just say Benin. For 4 years, now they built that hospital. That hospital now part of the thing was supposed to be one of our building where we try remember the things we change many people's life. Me, they speak pidgin English today, I they speak big English, I they feel read. Before this time, there's nothing like English, we not the speaker, we not the writer. That thing was supposed to be a memorable building, we're supposed to show us, then destroy part of it. They say they want to build hospital. And that hospital where they say they want to build, so my people, I not they lie to anybody. If it take many years before they finish it, the one way verse me part of it can't be like say Apostle Yunusa. In the talker, in go there, go they show us video. That video, it will come be like say our governor, His Excellency, they pay social media people, make them begin to talk things, but he not put qualified people where go to talk about her. How can somebody who just carry phone go begin to climb ladder way not strong? You go say, na see lift. Now that one just made me vex. He go they show us lift. They show us foundation where they never even make, where they never even solid, they never even reach neater. Everybody quiet. Some people they say, yes, they praise governor, you are doing well, you don't try. It don't take where Edo Benin people don't they get lift. During Ogbemudia time, lift day, that they see lift for Palm House. A lift only was so ye lift. Lift they treat person. Person will die when they take ambulance carry come. Now lift go carry am from his house come there. That's number 1. 2, all the doctors where they train way plenty, the one where they train for the house hospital, train for Zigihoro village and all. People will block, some of them. The one will not block, will get brain well. Then they Saudi Arabia. Then they this country, Britain, where I do so. Then they Italy. Then they everywhere. We not get better doctors. Medicine, I swear to God, now from Aba, that they go take powder, then go put whether na native chalk, then they put together, they go bring and come. Begin the seller. Igbo people, people where they sell medicine, they'll begin the seller. I beg for all of you now where they go Nigeria all the time. Mona go Nigeria, wanna reach Benin, now tell them say you want buy one medicine where doctor recommend for you for overseas. If you see her, the fee bring about 10 types of that drug come out. You go say this one at 1,000, this one at 500, this one at 3,000, this one at 5,000. Now so it's supposed to be. Una don't see anywhere for Edo hospital where doctor go write prescription, you finish. Then you go there, then go give you the medicine. If you go pay, may you pay, or you not get money, then go give you. No. Now you go buy them for outside. And the doctor go tell you where you go buy them. If you see the chemist, I guess some shop for Nigeria. Now people where they sell medicine, But two of them, they rent some of my shop. I dey see wetin they say. Medicines are not kept properly. No light to even keep better blood. People they want give blood or water, wey dem dey pour for, wey dem dey put for here, still dem give people. The doctors, before you talk finish, 2 pages go just full. Now small sickness, you just talk or you just dey summarize, or don't just the right time. You just the right time. When you just pew. You tell am say, "Lawo, doctor, I beg doctor, see what you do for me." Go say, if you want that kind of thing, you go this hospital, I go there. Now there they do afternoon or evening or morning service. The one wey Oshomole build, he did there. I swear to God, not be building, not be block and cement and rod and paint be hospital. Now the things wey dey inside now be hospital. If I lie, now say na lie, I lie. Now they treat people, not be the building. You can treat anybody for outside. Or you both get mobile clinics, then get mobile hospitals everywhere. But now the equipment wey dey inside, now they help. For that Nigeria, now me they see say that they still put that thing that they put for here. They'll put that for you here. Go say what you do, go say they do they take the BP measure, blood pressure. For UK where me dey. Now so if you see the wire with them, they connect, go join big machine. Ordinary small sickness will just go there. Don't plug some for your ear, don't plug some a lot for your chest, don't plug the wire will just go there. They know they see that kind of thing for technocrat time. I make me radio and now I plug a wire along my baby neighbor. You see nurses will fair do all those ones first. Those reports, 9 nurses will go give doctor. Doctor go wait no work, wait no technology, go put on, go do on. Our own, before you talk, the pages is one paper you have one benemi ya bene pidi bene zipi uro. I bene ya yo normal. Me they go Naija. When I go Naija na holiday, some people they go there, they'll go carry women, go inside bar, go they drink. Me they go they try their different systems because when I feel to say because I don't old now, I make me they go they try those type of thing. I lie. I get family there where they see where how then they take their health system. One, I go one private hospital, I follow person go. You just bring that thing, just put on for here, just open one thing, begin the pump on like this. And now pump it in. I hope you but what you me know about BP. When the jury did now say that reading not correct. Now come teacher, see how they take one. Come say by matter no. I was not well. When I say not they work well. For overseas, that they see the time when they book for person for prostate cancer, breast cancer, MMR, in Nigeria. Before you do all those things, you pay big money, then go send it to a private lab. But all the time, people come out, social media presenter, don't first thank you now. Nobole road, road, that this road not good there. We see local, by Braka road, this one, that one road, Joke road, this one. The health. I've reset now since last year. Everybody where they watch me, una go see am. If una be dey truthful to una self, una talk how many people. If una dey truthful to una self, una fit talk how many people where you know for your family and friends we don't die prematurely. Death where they're supposed to prevent. A lot of people they die. A lot of people just they die. Well, tell matter. More than they talk true. Now not they ask questions. So why people can't they die for Benin, for Nigeria? I just now Benin not concern me, Nigeria not concern me. Yeah, wow, small illness like this. So not go know whether na COVID they get. So not go know whether na BP rise. Things go just happen. People go to drink agbo. One of our brother, social media presenter, they say one word that they call Jesse root. And neither they drink Jesse root. Don't go to buy all those ones that do drink. people just die. Then the hospital who I bring the showcase for social media 4 days ago. Na Stella Obasanjo. Before this time they start to the build am, so I swear make una ask anybody. Na their mortuary, mortuary, it can storage for dead people. I don't visit that mortuary many times. The person will just die. If pikin go dey cry, follow and come. If it maybe pikin fine for body, get big car. The people wey dey mortuary, they say mama no cry again. Oh, Mona take mama go that side. The person go, the pikin go tell them the mortuary attendant go say, abeg Mona keep am for the right place. Go say, mama no cry again. We go put am for the right place. Go give them money. When mama just come out, now so they'll just carry the dead body wey dey dead. You know, say they'll get where they take do. I don't know. It can't be like a bamboo tree. Boko, they'll just throw the every house for mortuary. These are people who don't die, we're supposed to be respected. Then the private one, those ones, now so then they still do it too. The day where the people want to carry and come down, they play trumpet, then they play drum. Now that day they'll come back, then go take many hours to present one person from private mortuary, give the people, make a trumpet, begin to dance, follow them, make them go bury. Is that fair? The health system is in shambles. People will go phone me today, will go join me for this discussion. If they join me, now then go talk am now how it's supposed to be. Government not put any process in place where don dey see routine check, where people fit come hospital, don dey follow am up, phone you, they check am, call you, say so time come, make we see, make we do these things. Even if they don't have the equipment to do it properly. Now that manually, we then they take check malaria, old days, gonorrhea, now they still get. I bet Mona share this video. Before I start on this topic again, before I go on again, I would like to greet some of our brothers here. Hakim, now you first come, I'll greet you. Edgar Nice, me no say anytime when you just see anything will concern Obaseki, where we watch or we try to critically examining Obaseki things. If I know when I move, work with move myself, given in my year wet, or say when working wet, but in my one move, what them one with the telephone, you just throw away the telephone, boy. We say, what did they talk? Gamusa Samuel, it was our brother Henry O. Hey, that one, yeah, why him Obaseki? Because say you want to talk to Obaseki. Go judge, but this one, I'm not sure say go verse, so you don't already talk and say, he said, my dad died of high blood pressure. Instead, they focus on the broken leg. Wahonia, Wahon. I never read the comment to. I dey tell you now wetin me see. Henry O na one of the two way every they call conscripted followers of Obaseki. Prince Collins, thank you very much. I see you. Henry O, you will say you vindicated me. You tell matter. Amadasun farm, you welcome. Itoye Kakabo. I don't see my great people today, the people where they follow me well. May I first, before I mention their name, Prince Junior Paris, I greet you. Hey, Hakimi, why I come with the Gadagbawi? I want to watch it with this guy. I want to talk. If you just talk about Obaseki today, you don't finish. Yeah, what bomb? Yeah, I'm bomb. Where Irene Lane, I don't see you. Doris Audio, I don't see you. Vivian Daros, at make una come, make we discuss this thing. Ukpukpo not be only road that we just talk. The talk road finish, don't can't talk about Gele Port, can't talk about Central Park. Only person go first work first before he buy, before all those things go come. All all your motor park. I bet person wey dey alive, now they go motor park. Person wey dey alive, now they drive motor for good road. Magaka turning. Me, I not say make a Obaseki do like Oyibo. I will make stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. Then they see that one. Make it give us half of it or 1/10 of it. Because the one way we just did na zero. Health situation need attention too. Oshomole do, they say build, Benin people get whether they take call Nemo. Sagbobo Okonra, not verse, I not forget you. I'll greet you now. You be the first person will come to their bed. The thing scroll go up. I welcome you too. What if you are still there? Not be hospital, the job build building. The one where Oshomole build, Benin people begin they call am 5 stars hospital. Go 5 stars hospital, no equipment. No equipment. I go Benin, you don't tell now when Oshomole dey. I see one big machine, beautiful one. I don't know whether na China I come from. Oh. Titi they pay me. Come they pay me well. Now say me I go specialist hospital. I don't want to go private hospital. All those private dentists. You get one way there at Pakpava. If you just reach there, the table be like where they slot sell nama meat for New Benin or Oba market. Just collect my money finish, he write one pieces of paper for me. For inside your office, he write St. Andrew University. He go add one name, journal. Now I said, this kind of university not the UK. I know say St. Andrew dey Scotland, but this one they call add journal. So I never see this kind of university. A lot of certificates just full up. For dentists, now I pay the money, give me the card. He say, me I come. I follow enter the room. When I reach there, it be like where they kill nama, where they cut nama, sell nama. Say enter here now. Say Ganyama, I know the entire year. He say I won't give you your money. I say no worry, no, I'm not asking for the money. I not agree. I not agree. Make them put something for my mouth. Now I go ask my mama. Say may I put salt? May I go cut bitter leaf? May I squeeze and put plenty salt? Put her here, hold on tight. Now I can't do one move. The pace can't go. Can't go. Another time, I can't go specialist hospital because I always get problem with teeth, my teeth. Pronunciation na good, na I be dead there before when money plenty. Alajara atime. So when I reach this specialist hospital, they see my skin fine. The dentist na young guy. He say don't finish for today, don't close. No, he say, me not quit no. He just come reception where they take card. He just say, I finish. Now the guy with the right card come out. Go meet. I say, this guy just come from England. He saying go pay you extra. May you just try see. This na machine where government buy for specialist hospital. Now the man just tell her say if you think they pay now, may follow and go home now. Go Akpakpava. Where your office they say na Akpakpava. He say make I even enter a motor. Now say I carry my car come. Now we just drive straight to slope. There by the left, the opposite former Agbo Park. And there just say me like then even the cobweb full the window, the teeth dust full everywhere. Because they come up from specialist hospital, I agree. Just pack injection, just put for my teeth, ma'am. Just remove the teeth. How much I go pay? I say, make me bring 15,000. This is not a long time, a big money. I don't care because the pain too much. I just pay. And now I tell us, as we see me, so when me they travel, I dey get health insurance. Just give me a receipt for it. He just tell me, say, making right, how much you go write. But now say the money where you take treat me, where you say make I give you, so I just write and put it. Say, what you want to can do? Now say, I want claim out from insurance. If not better hospital, government hospital, well organized, I not go do such a thing. It get many when I see, I don't want to mention names. They'll take you to the hospital. Don't go do prostrate all those people. People they do prostrate operation for they're not many. Now only UBTH. That UBTH man, if you not cooperate with her, you not go reach your turn, you not go do, that person go just die. So you get one small private hospital. Now, not be hospital, private place where they just build health center. He go carry you, go there, go just go tear everything. Then go sew you as and they sew leather, show your back, go just come out. Then go leave you the message of those nurses who don't know anything. You feel bleed die. A lot of them when me don't see where go. Because when I talk, say why be saying hospital, me just they go visit when I go, not vex with me. I first tell una, say I read social policy and administration. Now I read for school, University of Wales in Swansea. So I know what I'm doing. I know what I see. So the health system there is zero. I just picked this particular topic now. Make I discuss the health. I beg one person dey lie. Make I speak to our brother with dey lie. Hello. Okay, I wanted you to join me on a program video to choose the topic, either health or the Abraka road. But Akwe, in the morning, I will need your help to discuss that Abraka road project where be say governor talk say he want do and not being one do and 25% be in contribution there na NDDC and Edo mineral producing state na want do. So all those people where they come showcase for social media as they do for last election. I want make we discuss and make we critically look at. Yeah, I beg. Eh? Why?
President of Yahweh.
He's still working towards it. He's still working to become vice president. No, for Edo, vice president of Edo State.
Federal Republic of Edo State.
Federal Republic of Edo State go do vice president there. Tomorrow now we go discuss, and we are discussing health situation now. I know you are very vast in Edo health. If you get any contribution, you can join me on a link. The link is there. Please. Thank you. Just watch. I'll send the link is out there in the comment section. I'm alive, yes.
You didn't tell me you're alive. I'm just joking.
I said I'm alive. So it's where's it? So all these are the things where I see. I read social policy and admin, and when I go there, I always check the health situation. I go hospital and I follow people go and I go see what is actually happening there. My people, Mona no cost me now. The truth I tell you now. The reason why they talk and say, make all of us, as we do social media, people with their social media presenters, may we talk about all those things. Would you always talk about road, herdsmen, health situation and herdsmen, all of them be the same. So that night, Hakim, I can see you there at the background, but I'll bring you in when I do the introduction for the insecurity. Then we can start a discussion, but not to stop you now from going to the head. You are on now, Hakim. So all this now the problem we're there too, because what I told Hakim, welcome. You are welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, what I told. I beg, we they talk about the health situation in Edo. I will want you to join me now to discuss what is your own experience. What did you see there? What do you think it will be, and it's supposed to be? Would the people who receive 18,000 or 30,000 minimum wage, can they pay 200,000 naira bill on hospital bills if they have to go on the minimum price, maybe at UBTH? So the ball is in your court. Give us your take.
Well, thank you very much. You know, I was at the background there. I said, Mark, I support you. this evening.
Thank you.
For the show.
Hakim. Go ahead.
So, to be honest with you, I'm largely on your side on this one. I support your majority of the things you'll be saying. I support nearly everything you'll be saying. Because the situation on ground is not something that we can sugarcoat or try to hide about it. It's this is a health issue we're talking about.
Yes.
So, but my only issue with it is that this has been a failure of government from years and years back. It's not new. It's not something that is new or something that just started. It's been a consistent failures of different governments. So, are they doing the right thing to address it? It depends on what you're looking at it from, But for me, if you look at the Western world now, if you look at the Western world, it is more. I kind of hear myself back.
I think you signed it twice. You signed it twice or so.
Twice.
Because you signed it twice.
Hello, can you see? Okay, I think the echo is gone now.
Yeah, you signed it twice. That's why you are hearing yourself. One line. Can you hear me now? Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. I think if you look at what we have in the Western world, apart from the structure and the equipment, what they normally have, what they normally do is they always have good policies.
Yeah.
You understand? They always have very, very sound health policies that the citizens key into. Like in the United Kingdom now, it is National Health Service, NHS, where it's free at the point of use. But to be honest with you, in Ireland, we don't have that free at the point of use. What they have is like an insurance-based system. But those people who are not, who does not earn that much, it's kind of mistesting. So government will give you like what you call a medical card. So when you have that medical card, you can access healthcare for free.
Yeah.
But for people who are into work, who earn certain amount, they are not qualified to get free healthcare. So you have to go through the insurance system, or you pay at the point of, or you pay after you've been given services. So I think those policies are what we are missing back home. So if the government are able to come up with very sound policies and then allow people to key into it, I think it will start to help us to move forward. But at the moment, I'm not going to lie to you. I support your position. The thing, it's a disaster. I have a friend of mine that went home recently. The guy got sick and he had to buy the next day ticket to run away and come back to the UK because he didn't want to take it. He didn't want to take any chance. Yeah. A friend of ours went home last January. He got sick and they gave him drip. He died the next day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the guy, he just left. He left Ireland. He went to Nigeria. He was there.
We were
just a little bit of
different illness in our
just a little bit of fever. This that they give him drip, and before you know it, the guy he was only home for 1 week and he died. That was how the guy died. So it's a there's no way I'm going to come here when it comes to issues like that. I cannot support any government, to be honest with you. No matter I'm a big Obaseki fan, but me, I cannot support any government on this issue. It's a complete zero for at all levels of government. When it comes to healthcare, they've really let the people down. They need to do more. What they should really do. First of all, they need to ban all those people who are elected into offices from going overseas to get treatment. If you see what happened during the coronavirus, this Abba Kayari, Buhari chief of staff, he would have still been alive today. Yeah. But because they could not fly him out of Nigeria to go and get treatment outside, that was what killed that guy. So these people cannot even get upon all the money they steal, they cannot even put proper health facility even for themselves.
Yeah,
that is how bad it is. Let alone the ordinary man. If I tell you how much,
I agree with you. On this note.
If I tell you how much with me and my siblings spent last year for one of my younger ones operation, you will shout. You will shout. Money you used to buy land.
I know. I want to ask you one question. Here's a situation. The minimum wage is 30,000 naira. It's not rich, but I just put it that way. And majority of the people working for the civil service, they received about, let's say, minimum wage of 30,000, if not at the mercy of corruption. Do you think such people can afford health insurance?
No, that
Not,
was why I said to you, like, some people have to be subsidized by the government. I don't know if you understand. So
I
if
know,
you create an insurance,
I'm not knocking you on that. I know that is the position. But the level, look at a situation now, the exchange rate in Britain now is about 800 naira to a pound. By law, or by the way things supposed to be, the workers, they're supposed to demand a higher pay. The minimum wage is not enough for them to feed. If you convert that 30,000 to British pound sterling, we are looking at about 40 pounds. It's not up to 40 pounds a month. And that person on minimum wage will have to pay the house rent, probably have 2 children or 3 children. You know, so then they get this thing. Then all those poor people, then they born like rats. They born for mosquito, born for cat and pussy. I mean, doggy. Then now that 30,000. So why would corruption not be there? Would these people, can they afford the present system of health treatment in Nigeria? No. Yes or no?
no, but it's not just health. They cannot afford anything. That is it. By the time they transport to work and back at the end of the month, there's nothing left from their salary. That's the truth.
Can't-
So
They
let alone them.
they can't even feed with that because
No, they can't feed with that. But the problem for me,
yeah,
I'm not against increment of wages, but the problem is when you have this huge surge of increment when it comes to wage. What happens is that everything just follows. Everything, prices and everything will just go anyway. So it just balance itself out at the end. You just create a massive inflation with it. But what government should be doing is that they should create a subsidy system to subsidize a lot of things that our people, those people who earn less in the society, are having. So let's say when it comes to healthcare, you are a government worker, it's easy to know how much you earn. They know what level you are in government office. They can easily give you a medical card at your workplace for you that covers you and your family. So when you fall sick, you go to the hospital, you show them your medical card, and then they don't charge you for anything. You understand what I'm saying? The government foot the bill. That is as straightforward as it could be. It's not rocket science because you work for. If you are a police officer, you can get a medical card. If you are if you work for the civil service and you are on certain level, you get a medical card. If you are maybe one of the boss, one of your guy, you don't get it. You can pay for your bills. You know what I'm saying? So these things are not rocket science. It's doable. You know, it's just that we
I,
need.
I agree with you that it's doable. But I tell you, people keep asking me, why do I go back to our days or our years? When I was in class 1 in secondary school, that is when they built that UBTH. When UBTH started, like you classified the social stratification you just gave out just now, to just analyze. People like me fall under the low one. When they heard my history, that I lost my father at the age of 5 and that my mother is the only one, and I stayed in the hospital for 6 months. So there in the hospital then, you are well fed, you are given all the medicine. So they appointed a social worker to me who wrote the bills, the hospital bills off. And then let me tell you, what they look at there was that they still say, son of man, me not the sick. They still say, I lost my father, I'm now missing him. And that is why
Yeah,
I'm pretending to be sick. Then one Dr. Oruwuje, the wife, an English woman, British woman, white, was my social worker. I'm talking about 1976. I was in the hospital when Muritala was overthrown. So at the end, they wrote everything off. Then the social worker, then each time I'm coming to the hospital for 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 checkup, the UBTH people, they will give me some money, pocket money, and they will use their bus to take me back to school. The social worker was now interacting with my principal, Mrs. Olabisi Omije, who happened to train in the UK as well. So they understand the whole thing. In all the hospital I attended, both the specialist hospital, we didn't pay any money. So I don't know what went wrong along the line. That
Okay.
patient will not be arrested in the hospital after treatment. You go say no see money, don't lock him up. They don't take and collect money from me for here. You go say, "Yeah, take treatment for ne. Yeah, we man me go yeah, where you are." Then they'll go announce for television and newspaper, make people come. People will get money, may come pay for people who poor for hospital. Make them come bail them. Now I put on bail. This is what is happening in Edo. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, as I was going to say, you see, you use one word, social worker,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You say social worker.
yeah,
So at that time, if we had, that was when we had healthcare system.
yeah,
Healthcare system. That was when we had healthcare system. Today, that you have hospitals where they just treat people. It's no longer a healthcare system anymore. They don't care about you.
Mm.
You understand? It's just there for them to make profit. So
But
it's
they
for
have
them.
Ministry of Social Welfare and something exotic as well.
Yeah, the care is no longer there. That is what you need to know about. The care is no longer there.
Yeah,
So for them, that is one of the problem we are having in our society. That care, so for you to care for your fellow brother, it's no longer there in us anymore. At the time you talk about people. Majority of those people now maybe they even studied abroad and they came back home. So this is why last time I was advocating for us to begin to send like your children, because I know you have grown up children, send them back home. They don't have corrupt blood in them. Those are the people who will do work, and they will do work legitimately and do it genuinely from the bottom of their heart, because the way they were brought up is different from the way ordinary child. A lot of those children back home are brought up. Those children back home, all of them are, they want to chill with the big boys. You understand? So
yeah,
the problem in that healthcare system is that government need to develop healthcare policies with good government backing, subsidies. Okay, those people who cannot afford, government has to come in. This idea that somebody will go to the hospital, you will ask them for money first, that doesn't make sense. Even in this country where we don't have a national healthcare system like you have in the UK, they
yeah.
still won't ask you for money. They
No,
will treat you, they will discharge you, they will still know they will send the bill to you at home.
yeah,
They will send the bill to you. They will never stop you, say because you have to pay before you go, or you have to pay. No, they don't try it. You go there, they will take care of you. Even if you are there for 1 month, they don't care. They'll take care of you. When you finish, they will send you the bill at home. Then you start paying them back. So this idea that you finish treating somebody, then you have to hold them hostage, those are
the people
those
can't
are inhumane.
they can't they beg for food for them. You see somebody if
Those
you
are
know
those are yeah, but those are inhuman behavior, man. If you have love towards your fellow human being, you won't treat them like that. You know, our people, we do no longer have this heart. Our heart is gone. You know, we don't. That is how can somebody that came for care, at the end you then hold them hostage. Do you know how that can be mentally
like them.
affect them?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? For somebody that come for maybe a physical treatment, then when they are leaving the hospital, they live with mental illness. It doesn't make sense. You know, it doesn't make
yeah,
sense.
I know. What about those type of people in the hospital now? This thing has been going on for years. is it the workers, the health service giver, or the government? Did they not see it? Places like UBTA, did they not know that this is what is happening, that they are seizing patients?
It's everybody. It's government, it's the healthcare workers, and it's the patient themselves. How many times have we been victims of some unfortunate situation and we just go home and just keep quiet as if nothing happened? I don't know if you understand it, Pa.
That is why I call on people in diaspora. They listen, they see all this. Maybe the guy in the hospital or the hospital administrator will, one way or the other, bump into this video and try to make it in their board meeting. But one thing that struck my mind here is that here is a situation. During that campaign election, the last election in 2020, they said our governor is a technocrat governor. I prefer, one of the things I was expecting from him was this kind of health system, that we're going to have a very good health system, even invite Indians, good doctors to come, since our people now go on pilgrimage to India for health treatment. Then maybe we will get some, like we do have those days, and bring them in to help our people. And that if the government so do it with the 5-star hotel, and have a sort of where they have a post-rate cancer treatment specialist, a lot of people from all over Nigeria will come on private treatment, and we will get money into Edo State. Is there anything wrong? Even breast cancer, breast problem, you have a specialist place there. These are areas we can make money for the state
No,
to look after.
even on that issue, for me, I won't lie to you because I know the government came up with this Edo Health Insurance scheme, right?
Yeah.
Then I went to the Edo State government website to see how the insurance is being how it's been operated. So only for me to find out that you can't even register online. You have to call somebody, and then you have to go to somewhere. So it's not been properly done. And for me, I think the governor need to go back into that healthcare, that insurance system, and look at how they can. Because I am here. If I want to register for somebody back home and pay the fee myself while I'm here, I can't do it. You can't do it online. You cannot. It doesn't make sense. You have to.
It's not paying it the matter. Let us bake the cake first before we talk of how to share it. All this.
No, what I'm even saying now.
You see, Aki, with due respect, can I come here?
Let people see it. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
It all boils down to what we have been saying in different occasions. That all boils down to a system, a structure that is not well arranged. In any case in Nigeria, if we speak pidgin English, people not do the grammar.
English, I say when you speak. Not speak.
What that country, what we need a structure where they call ability, things where go make things work. All those what they call easy, where they make things they work. Society, not the person they if you go beg person for us, tell and say I beg, make you be good person. Like this place where we don't go, different places where we don't go, all this civilized nation where we don't travel go. Because travel is part of education. All these places where we don't go, what we don't see. Some be like film for our eyes that they do. You'll be like magic.
Yeah.
Not be saying they're too much. You person will sit down there, they do, not be saying it's too good or it's too bad. But he's compared to do what he's doing because the system has been placed there for him to do. Before you do anything, if you want to work, if you want to build a house, the first thing where you go do, you go lay foundation, you go dig hole, you go put block for inside ground. Say this foundation, this block when I put for foundation, so you go pour concrete, make for hold the remaining body where they go up. Happy not be so.
Not true.
You not feel lay foundation for inside dust. Or wana boy ebube, or yakara, or wana boy na bossy. The foundation of our boss, on your way, I think now there were even houses where they built for Nigeria these days as your carry collapse. Now corruption, I take over the whole system where you see. So if I tell you my own experience, what me I experience, if I talk on another day, maybe on a special day now I will talk on because it will take up to 20, 30, 40 minutes. I say me I cut and short. What me experience for health issue for Nigeria. My first and my third pikin na there pass. I sit down. My pikin is supposed to be
I'm sorry to hear that.
the first pikin wey dem born. We know say for UPT for Benin, if dem born first pikin at the early hour of 12 o'clock when they enter New Year, governor wife go
bring present.
Celebrate with them. They will bring everything. 2010, 2009 December, the last hour of December 2009. Me and my wife will do UVK. My wife born early minutes of 2010. January 1st, he born. I mean use my hand carry my wife. I come from Europe. I regret that day. I mean use my wife carry my wife come for us. Me that person will tell say I go ever build my way. If I come Europe, I always they want go out. Because I want to build my future for Nigeria. I love Nigeria with all my heart. Now I still date today. I know what it don't cost. I love them. I know they give me nationality for more than I enter Europe. First 15 years, I don't take nationality. I say, why would I deny my country? I can't do it. Nigeria, my country. I don't take them. Then unless you will teach me. Now my wife constantly say, this one where you go so. No, not call use our leg worker. Enter our work. No, cut that one short. As the baby come, I carry my wife reach UBTA. Doctors they watch Pastor Chris Okotie. I mean Chris Oyafilome for the white time here. They watch the doctors and nurses. They sit down, they watch Oyafilome. My wife they for grant. I tell the doctors say, I bring money for I tell them say, I beg Mona, see my wife is paid. They say, me, I don't worry, me, I go relax. I can't check my baby just and make I go find where they drink beer. Me, I go relax. Yeah, beer for this one. Somebody pay in face. My wife is telling me, say, honey, I'm dying. I'm in pain. I don't know what. They say, me, I don't worry. They drive me. When they see the way they disturb them, they drive me. At the end of the day, they call a look for me. When I come with my wife, they still not see. I don't know, say, they don't almost kill her enemy. Now, God, now deliver. At the end of the day, they say, I can't carry dead. We go ask me, I go bury. God forbid, we will not use our hand. Very well. So, this kind of activity,
very sorry to hear that.
It's okay, we thank God. It happen to people every day. Then when they break, they say me I start my wife start on this. They say me I pay 35,000. I say I want me to carry me go meet the HOD head of the department. Me I ask them, what are they pay for? Because I don't see civilized country. I know say you don't pay for what you know. They want to tell me they give me example of the same nurse where he died that very day where they work for that he died, he died. They know the best this one. They'll be telling you something that will make you relax. They'll be comforting you with another evil activities that they've done.
They will give you another evil where they commit to give you example.
Yes,
you see these people, the wickedness in our people, man. The wickedness in our people.
It's too much.
No conscience, no heart.
They don't have conscience at all. You have said it. They don't have conscience. Why are they not having conscience?
No heart.
Why are they not having conscience? Is because the system is not there to control them. Human being naturally, they don't have conscience. That's the truth. Human beings are naturally without conscience. They don't get conscience. But when you compare them,
especially black people.
Especially black people, they don't get conscience. They don't sorry for their mate. Now that you see that country now, say somebody go get accident. Maybe motor they go, motor brush your motor. You go from there, hit another one, that person die. You will brush, you go help you say, thank God, now God where I decide, now help me so thank God say I not die. God I bless you. Then which means who die and bad head. Now that can cut now with them. Nobody sees brother's keeper.
Now devil, follow that one.
Yeah, now devil that one about it.
Mr. Henry, let me just comment this way. You said before the may I just first see our sister, she's here now, our usher, Vivian Daros. Abuhia, welcome. Welcome Takaba for joining us. You said, what about Oshomole? We built, we carry multi-million naira go. I don't know where carry and go. But one thing where I need to say here, as that 5-star hotel did, the builder, all for this of the thing where our present governor, the person will take over from our for do, is to spend a lot of money to bring those equipment in for that hospital instead of destroying the existing one. That place went destroyed, so I presume that place now for A&E, accident and emergency section. Now it destroy. I never go Nigeria since we then destroy that place. Then destroy library, nothing is going on there. Then they can't destroy hospital. Would it not be better for us to do it one after the other?
And they don't do continuity. Those states, I mean Nigeria, we don't get government of continuity. If this one they come, anything with the other one do, the other one will scatter and go start. And that make us they want
go see. Then go see beauty saying that this government doing what it did inside the place. Now it matter.
Okay, they not get continuity. I don't want the government of continuity where we supposed where they supposed to.
It's not even the continuity. It's because we don't get strong institutions. We don't have good institutions. If we have good institutions, it doesn't matter which government comes into power. The institution runs itself automatically. It's like an autopilot. It's like an autopilot. It just runs itself. So the problem we have is that we always rely on whoever is coming as the leader to make everything work, and it doesn't work like that. The reason why you have the reason why you have these people the way they are today is that everybody are all subject to the institutions. So when you come in, look at the head of Met Police in London. She just quit her job recently. Because that's to tell you, if it's Nigeria, if it's Nigeria, he will die there. She will die there. She will not leave. You will be dragging her. She will say, "No, I'm not going to."
No, go be the mayor.
Of course, if you will be dragging her, she no will come out there. She will die there. So yes. the institution is designed to function whether you are there or you are not there. You understand? They just need one person to head the institution.
That's the system I'm talking about.
So we don't have that. You see the other day now, that footballer Kozuma that hit a cat. The thing is like he killed somebody.
Yes,
it's like he killed somebody. You know, a cat. The guy hit a cat on video, and he went. It's like people are calling for him to be banned. People calling for him to be sacked. And you go to hospital in Nigeria, they'll just treat you like some animal.
Yes.
You know, they'll treat you like animal.
Not be the same place where we did. Not be Boris Johnson saying everybody enter for COVID day, everybody the month of December. I can't go small party. Not be the same example. So they not live by example.
Exactly.
They go drive them, no matter how.
The same way he come out. They say everybody there for COVID. He can go.
He's been investigated by the police. Let them go and investigate Buhari now. It doesn't matter what Buhari does. Nobody can investigate. Nobody can investigate him.
Nobody.
Who is going to investigate him to start with? Is he not the one that control everybody? He's the one that control everybody. It shouldn't be like that. You know, we need good policies, man. We need to have strong institutions.
That's what we need.
So that if somebody is coming in, it's not every time somebody will come, I will give you healthcare, I will give you electricity. Where are you coming with your money to come and provide those things?
Yeah, telling us what is our right.
How can you say you want to use my money? You say you want to use my money to give me something. It's like Fela say you cannot give me human rights because human rights is my property. You cannot give me my property.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot give me my property. So you cannot be running for office and say I will give you electricity.
Let's hear from Prince Collins. Can you support what our brother is saying, Henry O. Obaseki, great man?
Okay. What we are saying actually is that system that we are talking about, that institution, strong institution, like the health issue. When I was growing, if you remember education aspect of it, during Ali, when Ali gave free education, we all tested what is called free education at that time. We know what it is because Ali, a civilized person, come from Europe that time. That's why he implement those. Maybe say we enjoy and team work. Health education that time. I mean, health aspect that time. If we go hospital for that time when Ali did, I still remember. I did very young. I go hospital. They go say me you can't pay $1, me take car. Well, some people will not feel paid. Don't say me they wait. They will delay them because they not feel pronounce that corruption well then. At the end of the day, doctor will still attend to you. Highest when doctor will treat you finish, don't say me you go buy medicine for outside. The medicine way they inside they will sell them because the corruption will never pronounce well. At that time the thing start. But healthcare that time, we dey get am free. We go go specialist, they go treat you free. You go tell, but they go treat you, they don't collect anything for your hand. So this one now, we will come dey now, everything now na business. Just as my friend told us now, say, not be healthcare will be na hospital. Na so education still be. People just come out because they hiring a while ago, do your girl team, do your big school, or begin to operate institution education. That's why I just porous education for that area. Now the same thing still porous here. Some people will be not. They'll go to do abortion. They'll use one room form where they go put instrument. Some will just come out in secondary school. They'll go stay with doctor. We go teach them how to do abortion and do all those wicked things. They'll go open their hospital. Many people, how many people they carry for fake doctor? Because institution not the way they control this, no system. If you did that thing as you dey come, before you fix yourself in, you go enter the process. If the thing not allow you, you will reject you. Just like computer. Not be these days will be say everybody don't go digital. Nigeria never even feel enter analog. So the thing they powerful person. So where would they go? We not they go anywhere. So just like we just they turn around for one circle. One unique circle. Now they turn around. We not go ever change.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prince Collins. We are coming back to you. Let me just first of all greet our brother here, Clarence Bear. Among Demuja, your brother will in New York, he did Benin. At the moment, I say you follow and go Benin. Thank you very much, Clarence Bear. I want to be Ferdinand Itway Water. He said during Aliera, all schools get a dispensary. Yeah, that not true. That not true. But now the problem now that bring me back to technocrat governor. Will it not be better for us to take health serious? This now message to all social media presenter and activists like all of them are present today, Hakeem, Prince Collins, Midwest Republic, and Bennett Obeide. These are things where we're supposed to take serious. People go to talk about light. They promise you Oshomo power, but now solar Nikon they power the light. Oshomo can be like a wasted project. We'll leave that Oshomo for another day discussion. I welcome our brother here, Bennett Obeide. What is your take on this health situation, the problem we are facing? Any solution, any suggestion as to how we can sort these things out?
Yeah, I greet you, my pardon, sir. My people, I greet you now.
Thank you.
Yeah, the thing is that concerning this health problem in Edo State, you know, it's not going to be a thing that anybody can just come and fix in a day. You understand? To start with, our people need to be reorientated. You understand? Like we need to start teaching people what they need to know about their health. Even though say we build all the big hospitals in Benin, build one for center of Benin, they build another one for New Benin, Third Junction. People who know go hospital, they don't want to go instead or like to go take herbs. You know? So it's not all about building hospital. We know the building of the hospital is gonna be a good thing. But at the end of the day, people need to know what they should be doing. You understand? Even to start with, there are some good hospitals in Benin, but people don't go. You know, people don't even want to use a better health clinic. But we are here shouting about the hospitals. We don't have hospitals back home, but there are some good hospitals. You understand? But at the end of the day, we should also look at it and from this other side. We all are living in the Western. Like me now, I live in the US. But there's one thing that has really helped people right here in the US. It is what we call insurance. You know, insurance has really helped people because if not for insurance, people not going to go hospitals for a year. People not going to go hospitals because health is expensive. Now the insurance, like me now, I don't. By the grace of God, I'm not going to say my power. For a long time now, I never go hospital go for a major sickness except for my physical. You know, now my side work, they come out the insurance for my salary every month, which I see. I'm at times I go hear the shout. But at the end of the day, there are some people when they work for this country, we be say they just dey. Now the money where they collect from people like us, we know they seek everything. I don't go take care of those people. You understand? That is where insurance be. Just like car insurance. You know, we be say some people they will just get accident, they will replace their car. People like us, we be say our money, we be say with the drive, we never get accident. Not be say I never get accident too, but I'm just trying to say that, like, you know, the insurance work with cement. Those way not got problem for this month. Every other money they gather from other people after they command their own expenses, you know, take care of those who get this particular accident, they will get their gain. Right now in Nigeria, man, that word insurance, yeah, we never get system like that for Nigeria at all. So even though they build the biggest hospital, the best hospital, people will still not attend because there is no insurance. If not be insurance, people not go attend hospital for abroad, both in England, both in Scotland, in Australia.
Thank you very
understand,
much, Bennett.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you a question. Please, just 1 second.
Yeah.
You see, when you start to talk about that insurance, I bet make them rule them out. We don't talk and say the money where then they receive for them, not there for pay insurance. I want to ask you one question now. Since when you did Nigeria, when you see Nigeria, car insurance, ordinary car insurance, or house insurance, or content insurance,
yeah,
you don't see anybody wey car damage for Nigeria for Edo or Nigeria as a whole. Insurance can't repair the motor. Yes or no?
Never.
But they never fit do motor. People will get money to buy motor. They never fit sort out insurance. And yeah.
Sorry, I want just quickly come in here.
Go ahead.
You know, according to what my brother they talk just now about the health insurance, I don't first explain that to you before. I don't first talk about it just now. But you see in the United States that you're talking about, those insurance companies, they spend a lot of money advertising. Okay, in advertising, they spend a lot of money to advertise their insurance, different insurance policies to the people. So those state government have a health insurance policy, but the thing is they are not selling it to the people. The government needs to start aggressively letting the people know what they are doing. I told you just now, I went on their website. The system is not functioning the way it should be. I was like, as a fan of the governor, I won't lie to you, I was disappointed. The system was not organized. You have to call somebody. You have to go to an office. It doesn't work like that. You know, a lot of our people, listen, it's a good policy. You can go, they can take it to the market women in the market, let them contribute like as if they are doing Oli Jara every month. So that when they are sick, they can easily access healthcare. It's no problem. I don't have issue with that. But the government need to aggressively sell this policy to the people. They are not doing that. The people, look, I know because I follow the government, but there are a lot of people who does not even know that they have a insurance a scheme for healthcare in those states as we speak. So aggressively, it has to be sold to the people. They have to go to marketplaces and meet our market women where they are. They have to go to bus stations, meet the drivers and the conductors and all of these people where they are, and explain these things to them in the language that they can understand, so that these people will be able to key into it. If people are not keying into it, the funds are not coming into the system, and then the whole purpose of it you're not going to meet the purpose that you designed it for in the first place. That is the problem.
Thank you, Mr. Henry. 1 second. Just one question to you now. You said the insurance. I agree with you. But insurance versus private hospital treatment. I'm going to come to that. Here's a situation we don't first discuss since. Our brother Bennett Ogbede was trying to blame the victims. It's not Bennett Ogbede. Yes, now you. They try to blame the victims, say they will not go to hospital. My take for this be say, if we have good equipment and the hospital, as you come, they give you good respect and put good system in place whereby you are saying quickly, they don't maltreat you. Like one of our brother talk just now, say they were watching Oyakilome when he go there. So you need to cook good soup. You don't need more advertisement. Money Ordinary cement wey dem dey take build house, exchange rate increase, cement increase. No be shit, Isanyari lawyer, no be shit dem go take buy hospital equipment. No be shit dem go take bring correct medicine come for them. A lot of these people with corruption, they will take this medicine, take this equipment to go and sell them. We already know that. All this na the areas where they're supposed to check out first, because I dey always dey talk am, anybody wey im motor spoil, if na injector or carburetor spoil for that motor, that person need to go check wetin make that carburetor spoil. Once you don't know the thing wey make that carburetor spoil, maybe in tank block, you go first do that tank first before buying new carburetor. All this na the thing where our people, the way they defend the governor, say the governor is laying foundation. Money to take destroy hospital wey not dey leak, hospital wey not dey leak, hospital wey be say woman go born, they not go see water take bath, then they destroy am. Then money wey they're supposed to take build another one, replace and destroy and replace, would be able to buy some testing machines, some diagnosing machines. My people, I'll leave una make una just ponder on that, where our health system just get problem.
Okay, Ipa, I will come from here. You said I was accusing the people.
No, I didn't say you were blaming them.
Blaming? No. I wasn't really blaming the people. I was blaming. See. My thing is that I was blaming the system that we have back home in Nigeria. You understand? Yeah. Because we they live outside Nigeria. Because of what we see here, we they try and tell the people back home, say, make them do so thing. But at the end of the day, this what we get on Nigeria not go fit just happen in a day. You know, in abroad, people we live for each other as we take there abroad. Like me now, where I work, I not be the money.
I agree with you. Like how much you just say the poor people go feel afford, we go.
No, Epa, yes, Epa, let me come in from here. You know, like my place of work now, the money where they come out from my health insurance, not be that the same amount that they come out from my supervisor money. You understand? If you be say that my supervisor, if it pass me, and I'm me, they always go hospital pass them. But now the money where they collect from others, now they pay those that are sick their health insurance. What am I trying to say? Nigeria, nobody want to live for each other. Everybody just they do now my own. I'm not saying there, there is too much money in some people's hand in that country that the government is not tapping into it for the poor to live a better life. You understand? That is why we need a better structured system in that country. You understand? Most especially when we get this technocrat government. For me, I don't understand why Obaseki they answer that in technocrat. Because at the end of the day, what makes you a technocrat? We are not seeing it. You understand? He's just coming every day talking about a new order, a new word, a new this. When you are selling a new word, the state that you lead, we don't even have electricity 24 hours. You understand? So all these things boils down on, they should go to the basics. The basics, first of all, there's what they call social security. I don't know if they call them for England there. Well, whether now they want to do now, NIM. You understand? See that they now Nigeria they show it back.
Now we get social security number one.
No, yeah.
No, you have a national insurance number.
Okay. Look at that national insurance number that day now. Do you know that somebody can just fly all the way from Ghana? As I say, get black skin. He claim one local government go do affidavit. He go talk. They will give a name and a Ghana citizen. They will give a name for Nigeria, but abroad it not go happen. You know, if you ask those people that they not say, man, wait till now carry come and say they do name. That was what I was trying. I not did live for that program. You know, to say I did like I for calling to Nigeria World, may they ask them what will be the document that they present before they allow them do fingerprint, do their biometry. You know, because at the end of the day, people from Niger, if you come, people from every other neighboring country, if you come, they'll get name number for Nigeria. We not get a sophisticated birth certificate. We not get nothing. In America, you can't just come from Mexico or Canada that you want to have a social security. They have to trace you. You have to do so many things, follow the rules. But for Nigeria, any black person for Africa, so far you not get to Imbo skin. If you can't claim say you come from Ovia, if you can't claim say you come from Eastern West, and that is wrong. You understand? So our system in Nigeria, it is too poor that all this healthcare, you know, and the rest, we go fair achieve them the way we want make it be now. It needs to start with a strong institution. With the strong institution, people need to pay for it. All that is overreach. Like all these Bob Biswa and the rest of you say, they get a lot of them. All these big businessmen, they have to be bringing money out. You know, look at that now. Things are difficult here in terms of COVID and them, like Musk and the rest, the billionaires in America, they bring money out to survive some of this stuff in America. But in Edo said no. You understand? I'm not saying what the governor is doing is not trying, but at the end of the day, our system needs to be overhauled, and they should start doing a new thing. That is where when they call Obaseki a technocrat, I was just like, no. What if the technocrat thing with this guy they do? If they follow the old route when in predecessors follow, you know, in just the counting days making leave. You understand? In just the counting days, because there's nothing new in what you are saying. You understand? There's nothing new. You understand? Look at the command road now. Let me diverse. Look at the command road now. See the way that they slow, they take them easy, this and that. Make it reach 2023 now before election. You see the way the Otio Roger will take campaign. You understand? At the end of the day, we don't smart pass all this, but our people back home, they don't know all these things. You understand? And it's the fact that people like us not.
Mr. Ogbaide.
Yes, sir.
You see, here we are today now, we are talking about how we can better the health system. There's one that he killed Austin. He said, leave Obaseki alone. Have we said anything negative about Obaseki today? He said he's a technocrat. You see, this type of people, they are, what do I call them? They flatter the governor. They want to be known as to say that they are the one who love governor. You don't love governor past anybody here, Ikeoya Austin. We all try to tell him what to do. From here, Obaseki, they watch Naija Watch. I know 100% for sure, and I can bet it. From here, they get some views. My brother talks, say, look at the Kenwan Road. He never fit one. They talk about Abraka, they talk Joke Ugbene Road. And when the Kenwan Road, where you start 3 years, they never fit do 10 kilometers. You know if you stop me, I not talk about it. Go ahead, Mr. Hakim or Mr. Ogbaide.
No, okay. Let me give chance for other people to talk, man. You know. So
Mr. Midwest.
Go ahead.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody.
God bless you.
You know, this program for me, what I want to say is this: most of this issue we have been discussing them on Naija Watch.
Yeah.
It's just that the governor that we have currently is not trying to do things differently, because doing things differently, they may not be able to siphon the amount of money they want to siphon. That is the problem. And if you look at this healthcare issue you are talking about,
yeah,
it's just like the same thing that make nothing to work is what is affecting our healthcare. Because the governor want to be, I am in charge to provide everything. Automatically, the institutions that are supposed to help the governor to achieve all these things, they are not even in existence.
That's
long
right.
Time they are dead. So let's come to the healthcare. For we that is living in Europe and those who are living or people that live in the Western world, though our healthcare with America is never the same thing, it's a quite different approach.
Yeah.
So I discovered that Nigeria love to copy things of America more than copying the things of Europe. And most of the things in America, the kind of foundation and structures that America have, it make it to work for them to some extent.
Because
because they lead the world, and economically we spend dollar. So a lot of things that the structure they have laid, so it enabled them to function even when things don't supposed to function. But here in Europe, they don't have those opportunities. They cannot compete with America in so many areas, so they have a proper structure for their healthcare. It is difficult for you to see a prime minister or president that want to campaign in Europe will be telling you healthcare. They have settled it. They have enacted a standard for the entire Europe. That is why there's nothing to campaign there. If they want to campaign and they may even talk about this COVID, maybe they never prepared. They may be talking like, oh, in case of any outbreak, we have to start doing this so that we can be able to do it. Maybe that will pave a way for them. But for people to enjoy healthcare, as far as you are living in this continent and you are here legally, my brother, it is 100% free. As I'm talking to you some years back, I was driving a trailer. I was in Spain then, not in Sweden.
Yeah.
I was driving a truck inside Germany. Appendix just opened in my stomach.
Oh my God.
I just called. It has opened already. I called 112. Before you know it, 5 minutes they are there. They pick me to hospital. I don't live in that country. Getting to the hospital, before I know it, they told me, look, we want to start operation in the next 3 or 4 minutes, or else there's no way you can survive.
Your enemy for die for Nigeria.
Okay, now they rushed me into theater. I don't live in that country. They treated me. Now, after the treatment, they asked me my social security number. That is what we have been campaigning for in this place. Without a social security number, no government that can provide healthcare. During our lead time, those healthcare were functioning because why? We were still under a very strong tradition that was established in fear of doing something that is wrong.
Yes.
So it was in our blood.
They were not looting like what they do now.
No, our ancestors have established the society based on fear. If you do anything wrong, there's a penalty. So these people were also very conscious in stealing. But here in Europe, they also witness it. When they discover, that is why they always, you go to some place, you want to do what you normally do like 2-3 years ago. They tell you, no, we don't do it like that again. They are trying to prevent something. They have discovered that there's a loophole. Human beings are human beings. The Europeans, we are praising. They are not even better than us in terms of if the way they do some certain things, the way they do their own things. Their heart, some of them is very deep, but the system will control them. So you have no choice. You are sitting in office, no matter the position you are occupying. The law said this is how you will treat your duty. You understand me? So we cannot run a healthcare as far as any part of that country is concerned without first of all creating social security number, because the social security number is a form of it's a form of an insurance. If you look at it, even command, it's like an insurance number, but won't controlled by the government. So this will enable people to start contributing into the healthcare scheme. That is why this guy is trying to introduce his own. There is no basis for that's our governor. There's no basis for it to function. Like the one I was telling you that happened to me in Europe. When the German finished the treatment, they asked me, I gave them European healthcare card because every person that lives in Europe, even in that UK, I don't think now they are out of European, but they can still be in. I don't know. So I have that card with me. I gave it to them. My number is there. They prepared the whole bill and send it to my region because not the whole space. In balancing that bill, it is your region where you live that collect the tax for that social security healthcare. So they are the one that calculate everything and report it.
In the UK, we have the national insurance. If you do work, they'll take your national insurance and they will take your salary too.
Now so it be for you. Now so it still be for here. What I witnessed is that, like in Germany, you also once you got an employment, you start paying this insurance. If you don't pay, you're going to have problem.
Now you are talking instead of taking a private insurance for health. Why don't we do that one?
No, nothing like private. Private will be exploitation.
Yes.
So when
take insurance, national insurance from their wages, from their salary.
The national insurance scheme, how it works in Spain, in Sweden, is almost similar. But it is a national issue. Everybody must have standard health care. Is for everybody that live here, even refugees.
We not get
so
that
then what happened is that, you know, wherever you live, like the way Sweden structured their system, it is the local government that generates your money for the central. So wherever you put your address, they are the one that account for all the total money they are collecting as tax, and they will not account. There's a percentage for that healthcare, so they will not return it to the region. You see it now. So when the region is that
is true federalism.
Listen, when the federal government is balancing their expenditure for the year, the region will account for what they spend on healthcare based on the social security number created by the national. Just the same thing like in United Kingdom. So also in Spain, because the community I live, Valencia, they were the one who have to balance that account to the federal. So that is how it works here. Without a social security number, everyone that is telling you that I want to provide healthcare, like when Obaseki told me after destroying that hospital, he said I will distribute healthcare. I was very it was very painful to me. You know, what a great pain. How are you going to distribute healthcare? To where? what structure do you have on ground to distribute?
You know, sir, come out, he put building for ground, the column of
So
thank you very much. Let's hear from Akim before he fall asleep. He's got some bullets for you too. Akim.
Before I come join you this evening, I ready to come. We shall be sleep again. And I come here when you know say if I can't support you, I can't support you.
You buff our brother from Spain. I mean from Sweden.
Yeah, you know say but a lot of the things where our brothers talk. Yeah, there's a lot of truth in it. Like here in Ireland now, right? This because what we need to understand is that these people they have structure. We don't have structure, and the things that we are advocating for us to copy what they are doing here, then it means that we have to go back to the foundation all over. We have to go back to the foundation again. So like here in Ireland, like here in Ireland now, if you give birth to a child, as soon as they are issuing that child birth certificate, they will issue the child. There's what you call PPS number here, public private service number. So that is like what you have. It's what you call like NI in the UK. So that from as soon as they issue that child with a birth certificate, they will issue that number as well. That number is what follow that child till that child died till it gets old. That is your own personal. That is for that child. You understand? Anywhere that they put that number in their system, that child details, everything will come out. All the information, everything will pop out. Anywhere it's like a form of your own identity. So that is where if we want to be, for us to be able to create such structure, it means that we have to go back. We have to go all the way back. But I understand what the governor is trying to do. Trying to do the best out of what you have on ground. I think that's what
the governor is not doing anything. He's just trying to deceive our people.
He's not doing nothing. He's just
you know, I was criticizing him earlier, so I understand.
He's just trying to buy time. Obaseki already knew what to do.
This is the most dangerous governor that has ever.
Akim, let me help you. Let me help you.
Can I just finish, please? I'll just finish, please.
Okay.
So I think what the governor is trying to do is trying to make the best out of a bad situation. So basically, he knows that there's no way we're going to go and start having a social security number or a national insurance number or a PPS number. So what he tried to do was to bring in a health insurance policy, which I'm not against it. But the only reason I'm complaining is that when you bring out a policy, it is then the duty of the government to make sure the people are aware of that policy so that they can be able to take advantage and key into it. Because the more people that key into it, even if they pay 500 naira every month, and if you're able to bring 1 million people into it, that is 500 million. Then the government can then subsidize it with their own 500 million. 1 billion naira into the Edo State healthcare system. That's huge resources. You understand?
But
going into the system,
excuse me, Mr. King, I want to ask a question.
That is huge financial resources.
Mr. Kim, if people donate this money, it will go to finance office that is a governor's house. Do we even have Minister of Finance? Who will keep the money? Who will account?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I can't hear you. I think the network is breaking up.
Okay, are you hearing me now?
The network is okay. I can hear you.
Are you hearing me now? If people start donating money, they will donate it to the Minister of Finance that is in the governor's house and governor office, because they don't account. Do you know the money your state is generating from the market women? Do you even know the exact people that pay this money?
The money will not go.
The governor, look, we are now in the governor. Our governor, current one, is the most opportunist governor that has ever ruled our state. With what we are doing in this media, we are educating, trying to take it from those analog knowledge that they feel that they have, so that they can understand that these things that we are talking about just require common sense, not grammar. If you want to help the state people, declare the healthcare system a failure and lay a foundation. When he start laying, if he want to look, he promised us 30 years development blueprint. Where is it? Is it just from March we tell people you will lay a foundation for 30 good years that other governor will be working up? Give us the blueprint. Let us see it on the system. I will log in and see his plan. Yeah, but if we can question it, we'll question it.
When they have to develop the blueprint, they can't. When he said we are going to have a blueprint for 30 years, it means that if they are going to develop that blueprint, it's not like, oh, we have it already. We're going to
So
have a blueprint
it
for
will not
development
develop
for
it
the
after
next
his
30 years.
tenure. It will develop it
No,
after
you cannot look.
his tenure.
The thing, if you look at countries that have gone through development like this Western world that you see today now, if you understand, if you look at, let me use United Kingdom as an example. The National Health Service was created by the Labour government. You understand? The welfare state was created by the Labour government, but you see, like the Margaret Thatcher government created the opportunity to be able to buy the council housing scheme, the buying of council housing scheme. So different governments come in with their own different policies. Yeah. So, but the thing is, the base is always there. Is that when you do your own, the other one does not come and take it away, because you know what? The people are there to protect what they have. So the next government will come, will do his own. So the next one will come and say, okay, you don't just take everything that this government does and throw everything away. No, you look at the good ones, you keep them, then you bring in your own policy to complement those good ones that you met on ground. That is how you progress the state. But what I'm trying to say is that the governor has good policies. Then it's about implementation of those policies. How aggressively are they pursuing it? That is my own concern. That is what I'm saying. Because there's no way we're going to have a free healthcare system for everybody in Edo State. It's not going to work, because we live in a nation. So for one state to self-isolate and instead having a free healthcare system, how is that? Because some people go in and out of the state every day, and you cannot target certain people because we live inside a nation called Nigeria. So, but having an insurance policy system, that means that people are able to donate into it. So what they will have to do is that whatever comes out of that insurance, then the government have to subsidize it by the equal amount, and they put those money into the healthcare system. Make sure that nurses get high pay, doctors get good pay, the equipment are upgraded, so that when these people are to use this facility, the facility will be the place will be well equipped for them to have a good healthcare system. So that, for me, I don't have issues with government coming up with good policy. That's why I say the governor have good policies, but it is the implementation. How
Mr.
aggressively
King,
are they
Mr.
pursuing
King,
it?
Okay, wait.
oh,
Excuse
can
me,
I
let me
quickly say
comment.
something?
Wait.
The thing is that
The issue is this.
the
The issue is
policy
this.
is on a bad foundation. That's the problem. The policy is on a bad
If you are talking
Thank you,
about
my brother.
if you are talking about implementation of any policy, you need to have a foundation for any policy. That is why I've not said anything. There's no
Thank you.
foundation for implementation. If there is no foundation for implementation, whatever you are doing, it's just a waste.
It's
Look
bound
at
to
this
fail.
insurance issue that we are talking about now. It's not going to work, because even if people donate 100 naira and gather it for insurance or whatever, they are going to fraud that money, because there's no avenue to checkmate anything they are doing. You know, there's nothing there.
At
There's
all.
no statistical activities. I mean, no statistical establishment to say,
No
okay, yes,
accountability, no transparency.
to check accountability, no transparency. You know, transparency is not by somebody coming to say, oh, I spent 1 naira like this, I spent 2 naira like this.
No, put it on paper how you spend it.
With the kind of technology we have these days, with the kind of technology we have, before you, as you are doing it, the thing is coming out, because there is a system in place. Like this computer system that we have these days. When you have it, that's why I'm advocating for a central database system that will control these things. When you have all those things, you don't need to go to anybody in the ministry to ask him how he's gone, how far he has gone or whatever. You go to that system and bring it out and use it against him. If he has done well, if he has done good, then will be recommended.
1 second. Let me appreciate our brother Johnson Emmanuel from South Africa. Johnson Emmanuel, you are welcome to the house. Our sister in the house, mommy in the house, just 1 second. Sorry, I'm coming. Just excuse me for Irene Linus. You are welcome, mommy in the house. One thing I want to ask here is that we've been comparing Edo State with a developed country for some time now, but I will want us to take a look, just a little swipe on the ratio of employment in Edo State and the ratio of employment in developed countries.
Can I come in?
Yeah. Put that in your mind, that how many people, do you have statistics of how many people employed in Edo State that you will take national insurance contribution from? Go ahead, my brother.
Let me quickly say something.
Yeah.
I was with a one Swedish lady who were discussing about their country, because if you go to school here in Sweden to learn their language, they will give you brief about their history. Yeah. There was a time the Swedish people, they don't sleep with two eyes, because of there were some people who hijacked their country. They forced other people to pay money out of, whether you have or not, you must keep their money first. There was a time hunger almost finished there. More than 70% migrated to the United States. They taught us here all this history. So, but the woman told me that in the whole of Europe, there is a time they were having problems. When they heard that Germany were able to solve that problem, they will go and copy the system, because they understand it is the system that makes things to work. Sometimes if the Spanish policy is getting it good, that is how they start arriving that if you move from United Kingdom to Spain now, you will see that you are still going to be jamming almost the same system, but they may give it different name. They may be different the way you approach, but they are approaching the same thing.
Yeah,
okay, like in a place, like in Nigeria, everything is dead. Until one governor starting from one place, the rest will not wake up. Anybody that is telling us because we are in a federation, Edo State cannot have social security number is a lie. We can have a well-functioning social security number that at the end, when the federal government saw the benefit, they will be forced to say, look, every state must do this thing. But the problem is, when you start this foundation, you will not have chance to enrich yourself. You will not have chance to start placing the what I call community of friends into position like the one we have in Edo State. So that is the reason.
My brother, sorry. I'll quickly ask you one question, then you can continue with your conversation. You see, like in Sweden, where you live now, right? Please, which region started this social security number first?
The thing is that the social security number, I can't give you the history because I don't want to lie. The thing is this: when the national government found themselves in a total mess, like they cannot account for some certain things, it's not working well. They saw it that is working in another European country, they copy it. That is why it become like European healthcare. As I'm living in Sweden, as I told you, I gave you an example. I was in Germany when such a thing happened to me. They took care of me. I never paid one kobo. They posed your bill to Spanish government, because that is, even I was not even working in that period in Spain, because even whether you are working, you are not working in, that is the difference between the Europe and American system. If you are not working, the government must pay that your social health care. So whether you work, you don't work, it's not their business. So as far as other people, so that is the thing that is, because that I was working, but my work was not into the system like I'm paying full tax to them when that thing happens to me. I just went there to buy that vehicle and I want to take it to Nigeria and something happened. So that was what happened then. So the thing is this: if we want to start foundation, since the federal government, the way they run their things, they are not ready for a change for the entire country. And you want to do something different for your people and different from the way they run their things, the chances are there. The law permitted you. It's just that these people don't go to those constitutional areas because why? That is not area for them to argue for their posts. They are no longer there for their people. It is in Constitution of Nigeria that every local government must have data. They must register those that die. They must register births. They must register those that live there. It's in our Constitution right from time. But this one is like not going there. It doesn't matter to them. Even the local government we are talking about today, the federal government said the state should conduct election. Because of that, Edo State people don't have local government chairman. So we are calling a governor is a technocrat. What kind of technocrat? What is he doing?
No complete members of House of Assembly.
We voted for him in diaspora, and we are not the most disappointed people. If you want to provide a database today, it will not start it with everybody. Make I tell you solution. If Obaseki want to do a social security database, let me tell you where we start from. As we speak today, the only people that pay tax is the market women. Those people that is getting contract from Obaseki, they don't pay tax. If I'm lying, let me publish their names and publish what they are paid to the treasury.
What about
Those
what about the civil servants?
I'm coming. The civil servant is well documented. You understand me now? Let's take the civil servant for example. Now these people are fully registered. If you start under the state and the local government of Edo State, anybody that is working there, you want to give them social security number. If you issue this number to them, you fingerprint them, automatically less than 6 months, everything I have to do with ghost salary will disappear because there's no way they can take it again. So that's why we stop. Then this market women, if you give them social security number, as they are paying, automatically you are not going to be accounting to them also, and you are going to be accounting to the state. This is why they are running away from it. They want it to be black money. Wherever they like, they will not announce. If they collect 10 million, they will say we'll collect 1 million. This is why they don't want to put this measure in place. So if it start from there, before you know, it will start with school children. It will start with everybody. Now, once people start seeing that people are enjoying health care, those who contribute, because now you cannot take care for everybody, and the hospitals are functioning well, the doctors can no longer abandon their position and go and be running their private hospital because now they have social security number. Then there will be doctor will be available. If you go to hospital here in Europe, you see the paperwork they will start. You are not going to see doctor direct. Just the way it is in Nigeria, you will see some people in some places like some office, they collect your data there, they put in the system. And once you arrive where you have the doctor, you will see them putting their own ID card into computer first before they start attending you. The purpose is that their computer is reading like as we used to do present man, where they call our name. So they can no longer shit
the one that is treating you. So that
the number of people they attend to in a day will be very clear to the government. The governor can sit down in his house and know the doctors that are working so that you can increase their pass. We are paying good salary. They don't go to that place. Look at those central hospitals demolished. We did not see doctor in the street. That means that hospital is just like water board that doesn't provide water, and yet people are working and retiring.
See, can I come in?
Do you understand that you have private hospitals and you have federal hospitals in Edo State as well?
Look, if somebody is covered with the social security insurance, the government will not know the cost of treating it will work with professionals and they will make it to understand. Treating some ailment, it can support people in the private also if you want to do.
Can I come in before Mr. Ogbede from America? See, if you cook good soup, there are a lot of restaurants in Edo, in Benin City there. If your food is good, a lot of people will change base to come to food. Will it not be better for the technocrat governor as they borrow money to go and fix roads? Will it not be better to, if private hospital can build hospital that people would like to go, like we do have Benoni those days? There are a lot of Edo people now go to Lagos, Ibadan for treatment. Will it not be better to borrow money and build a good hospital before you entice or encourage people for national insurance? Then people will know. If they know that the government is spent a lot of money in a hospital, a good hospital, a lot of people will contribute this money and they want to be treated in that government hospital. A situation whereby what you are asking for insurance for, I should go and bring insurance to build hospital. Then before they talk about equipment or staff or doctors who will man the hospital, it's not going to work. This is my take. Somebody asked me, Henry, or asked me, say, Epa, you suggest, like me, that hospital to sort it out, if we can borrow billions of naira to do road, why can't we for once borrow billions to build a standard hospital? Edo indigenes will pay. Then other people from other states, when they come, we treat them as private hospital. I mean, as private health treatment, whereby they pay more times 10 of what Edo people are paying. Then from there, you can maintain these services. A situation where you don't have anything on ground and you are asking me, people like me, say, come pay, when they pay national insurance, I'm not going to pay. If I'll say if I dey sick, I'll go private.
Epa, those people where they side market, they know they pay tax. to the state government.
They pay, but when those people with the market, she say
they not they pay. Bus driver not they pay.
See, okay, that's where I'm going to. Listen, guys.
Keke not they pay.
Guys, see one thing, man. Okay. See one thing, man. What we should know is that, all these things that we are saying, the governor know more better. Obaseki know more better. This guy is well read. You know, he has traveled far and wide, go to China, everywhere.
No, this is where we made mistakes. Look, my brother, if you go and study in abroad, you are not in the system. You cannot understand what is going on. This is what I discovered. I have a lot of students here.
I got you. Hold on, bro. The thing is that our people back home, you know, they are not ready to change this system, because if they change the system, their wallet will get dry. You understand?
Because of their wallet.
Yeah, the money they make in Oredo in bus drivers alone, can fund healthcare in Oredo, healthcare insurance in Oredo alone. Everybody that lives in Oredo.
Mr. Ogbede, sorry, you go carry your one.
Yes, sir.
Do we have statistics of taxi or minicab? Taxi or bus drivers operating?
No,
any foundation in Makaba, the foundation is
Epa, listen, that's sorry, that's what we said. Foundation. Amerima. You know, a set to one now, a set to one. You understand? Why ain't not taking wow? But you guys don't want to do it. You understand? Because the money made in bus drivers' hand in Oredo alone. If they take statistics of people that live in Oredo, you know, they should invest that money in healthcare. The Oredo people will live well. The money made in Ego.
Not only Oredo, the whole of Edo South, Edo Central.
How many
people? Let's just focus in Oredo alone.
How many bus driver operators do we have in Edo?
Epa, it is this channel we heard that somebody is collecting 400,000 a day. That one is just themselves, and we believe that they make more than that. 400,000 a day. Do you know that money we take care of? You know, some people are in the hospital for just 5,000 naira. They can't get a better treatment. You understand? But the thing is that those money, it is being channeled to a private account of these government officials. You understand? That is why this thing, our foundation is so rotten. That is why everything we are saying now, it can never be possible except God sent leader. We just come and rearrange this thing, lock people up and send people to jail. You understand?
We see a foundation, we should not be expecting anything. Bring Obama, bring Agnes Michael to Edo State, to Nigeria.
But from America has spoken. Can we hear from Akim? Akim, you are not talking about the Europe side. Go ahead.
Yeah, if I agree to you, if Mr. Ogbede say you said they among the say on a generation, that's what you think. So
I go answer just now.
Okay, I quickly remind you that one first.
I go answer.
What I mean is that you're set. You know, if you not join,
I go talk. John.
I joined.
So you start to say pan ancient man, have you? Okay.
No, if I'm citizen now.
Let me answer. Ogbede. The reason you are Mr. Ogbede, the reason you are seeing an atom of Chekere development in Edo just now is that they have kickstarted the campaign period for election.
Yes,
people like you and I who have seen, it's not, somebody mentioned earlier ago that education is part of traveling education.
It's part of education, and it's even higher than education.
We have been to the system where these white people learn their things as well. In 2020, a lot of people, including some of us, the panelists sitting here today, you all participated in that campaign. First time for us to use social media, mega broadcasting, to
sending money to our family.
Yeah, to vote for such a person. Today, how many of those people from diaspora given appointment or given chance to participate in such government? But we sitting down here, we know that we are poor in Edo State. A situation where minimum wage is 30,000. How much is 30,000? It's about 50 euro in a month for somebody to use to survive. These those type of people now you want to tax some money to come and pay treatment. A lot of them do not even pay tax. Even the tax the government collect. Let me explain this to you. What I know, because I follow this government bumper to bumper. They agree to pay 30,000 minimum wage. Out of that 30,000, they deduct some money out of that 30,000. They will tell them is for their pension.
Compulsory service.
And we have seen, yes, that people pay pension and this money, one person will just chop it. We've seen it. And now you are asking them now to put another body, another avenue for them to create avenue for them to enrich themselves again.
But that is not what we are saying. We were misquoting Mama. We once again telling you where.
Let me continue as you come here earlier. Let me make my own contribution.
Go ahead.
You know, with the issue of database, I think me and the Midwest people, we've gone back and forth with this issue before. And my position still remains the same, that I've always asked people that are advocating for a sub-regional government to create a database, that you should give me an example where it has happened before, and you've not been able to prove anywhere that it has happened. There's a reason for that, because in a country, when you have a central, you use the word social security. When you use the word social security,
let me give you an example. Can I quickly give you an example?
Okay, just go ahead.
Okay, when I arrived Spain, I was already an adult. So the God favored me. They gave me permanent. They gave me resident permit, which was temporary. And with that temporary resident, I got a number. Even the day I applied, I got a number. That became my identity number. So till I die, that number will control me. Then from there, they refer me to what is called Social Security Office. I have to go and get that number. Because without that number, you cannot pay tax. The government cannot account for your money. If you pay any money, there's no way government can trace it, because it is a government responsibility that at the end of the year, they have to balance an account and send you the paper, every tax you pay. That's how it is in Europe. They call it declaration. In United Kingdom, I think it's declaration.
Yeah, but you still have no answer my question.
Listen, I want to clarify you. So let me tell you how I got this number. Now, after giving me this number, it's like they are inside Spain. The government cannot identify me. I have to have an address. That is where they will start dealing with me. Those who gave me that address that registered me to the system is the local government. Now in Sweden, in Sweden, they don't give two numbers. It is that social security number that is your identity that controls everything, the way they structure their system. So their own is very strong. It is the local government office of the tax office. That is where they have national population. That is where the local government, where I reside, where I put my address. That is where they process this my number, and they now send it to another authority to authorize it, but it's linked to where I live. Now, if you said we should be waiting for a government that doesn't exist or that refuses to do things good when you have chance to help your people, then it means we are the same people with the government. If those state government, if you want to create a social
Sorry, I'll continue with my comment, because that your answer at the end of the day, you know that your answer did not.
Okay, the government is doing NIN. The NIN is the most dangerous thing. Your data is already in Pakistan. It's in everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm not. My argument on this issue is not about the NIM or not the NIM. My argument is that there is no sub-regional government that can isolately operate a central data system. It is called a social security number for a reason. If you lose your job, you're out of work. Guess what? You get support from the government. Do you understand that? And
it's not like that. You are making a mistake. You are making a mistake.
Oh my God.
The law in Nigeria, there is a law in Nigeria that said Nigeria must be identified. So there is no law that prohibits a state governor not to know the people that live with them. It's just that they don't want to do it. So if the state governor is listening, if he's creating a database, if he's creating a database,
my brother, listen to me now.
Listen, if he creates a database to know,
Hakim, 1 second.
Let me quickly say something. If he is creating a database to know exactly the people that live in Edo State. It's not violating Nigerian law.
Midwest
It's only fulfilling the law.
Midwest Republic, we understand what you are trying to say. Here's a situation now. We have problem with land grabbing. People are moving in and out. Herdsmen, different people from different states, different people from eastern parts. Like you said just now, that when you land a foreign country, or like Sweden, the local government will take your data and record them. Here's a situation in Edo. We don't even have records of those people migrating to Edo, let alone the indigenes who have traveled abroad, they're coming in. So if you look at it, most people in Edo, we are talking about the census, this 2000 and something census. We are talking about 5 million people now. Not all of them will be sick at one day or in a month, little bit by bit. And all those traders, one position just now that the market women pay more than even the civil servant. I've explained the civil service workers. Those people, the government agreed that they will pay 30,000 out of political reason, and at the end they deduct some money for their pension. We are not talking about the national health or tax now. So where you don't, most houses in Edo, in Benin City there, are being built by people from Delta State. They come and live there, they build us. They don't have records of them. The most houses in Edo are built by those in diaspora, and a lot of people come there to come and hustle. And these people hustling, they do not pay tax. You only talk about the market women, where you have the Benin people, mostly maybe half of them are Edo people. The rest are non-natives. There are people doing business there, big business. Look at the situation, up to from cement to medicine to roofing to clothes are being monitored, are being done by non-natives. Here's a situation, people can just come, change their names, the passport system, the ID. The man from Ireland said, once you have a child, they will give you one card, one identity, and that identity will leave you with you to death. Here's a situation, person is deported, he will go to Nigeria and change his name again. With the presence, with the advent of a database. So I just want to put that in so that our man who is advocating for database to continue from there, it's not possible. Here's a situation where
Okay, it's possible. Can I come in there? Can I come in there?
Yeah.
You see, when you want to bring in technology, you always have at the back of your mind that any technology you are bringing, the enemies, or rather those that are benefiting from the former system that you are about to
stop
crash, they are ready to, they are always ready to fight back. And when you create an environment for them to fight back, you are also creating a scientific research for the good people to improve on their technology. And that is why we have what is called innovations. So when you want to start a system, or when you want to start like this database issue, when we came into Spain those days, I can remember in 2019, when you can have a resident and you can use your Nigeria passport then to apply for a financial means of support in Paris Vasco. There's a place called Paris Vasco.
Yeah, some region.
Some region. Yeah. You go there, you can have 3, 4, 5 passports. You submit it in different bounds. You write different addresses. Then they begin to give you social assistance. But when they found out that these things is happening, they started countering it with scientific approach and research.
With different systems approach.
So before, as I'm talking to you now, those things don't exist anymore. The last people that refused to stop it became victims of that activity, that they went to jail. So what I'm trying to say is that when you want to start anything that will bring about innovation, be ready to fight those that are ready, that are benefiting
for the worst. You prepare for the worst.
Prepare for the worst. Now, when you prepare for the worst, when people see you, just as I said before, But if you see that you are doing a good thing, you will see that the good people will come out with their good will to assist to make sure that it works. So what people need is that foundation. When that beginning is not there, like what we are arguing now, it is the federal government, as in Nigeria system, that have the responsibility of providing a database for the whole Nigerians. When they do it, then each state will now come here and begin to bring whatever that they want to do. They need to put it on the table, using this database system to do it. Road construction, provision of social care, provision of health, provision of water, provision of other amenities, sport activities,
healthcare, education, all sector.
Education. It is centered on this database.
Okay, guys.
Until we have
Okay, guys. Listen.
Let me come. Do you know that in Nigeria, every state,
our brother from US talk.
Every state have their own sovereignty. Do you know that every state every state in Nigeria have their own sovereignty? Like, let me give an example. Do you remember during the time of this COVID, inside 2 years ago, when this what they call wave, first wave and the rest, you can see every governor blocked their borders. Delta State blocked their border, Edo State blocked their border, Ondo, you understand? So at the end of the day, these governors have absolute power to determine what will happen in their states, not to wait for federal government.
They cajole our people.
If the government of Edo State wants to do this thing, it doesn't take them anything to take a biometry of all the citizens in their state, whether you are a foreigner or not, or this and that. There's a name you call them. You can call them migrant, you can call them alien, you can call them this. If you are born in Edo State, whether you are from the north or you already spend a particular year, you are a citizen of Edo State. From there, we cannot differentiate these people. You understand? If maybe unlike me now, hold on, sir. Unlike me now, if I want to clear my compound, we have these people that normally does this job here in America. We call them, they are the Spanish. We have this nickname that we call them. I don't want to use it public. You understand? If this people doesn't have, if I want to pay this guy will tell me, okay, Zela into my I'll say no. I want to give you a check. Then go and lodge the check on this, and that check I'm going to file income tax on it later in February, which is this month stroke March. You understand? So at the end of the day, we cannot give a job to those people that doesn't have. Can you hear me? We cannot give a job to those people that doesn't have their real documentation right here. That is how the Edo State people, Edo State government, should make everybody. If you are not registered, this person not go enter your school. Make this person not fit do business for the whole of Ringo. If this person not get they register this thing. From there, before everybody will be involved. You understand? All business should go and register with CAC. All business should have a number. You understand? All kiosks, everybody. By then, with all this, then everybody will be liable for the next person. You understand what I'm saying?
My brother, do you guys understand? Do you guys understand what you guys are talking about? Like, do you understand that we have what you call constitutional democracy? If I go to Lagos State, right, there are laws that the Lagos State government will implement against me. I will go to court. It's my constitutional right. We have a sovereign constitution from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You cannot
that we are talking about.
My brother, no state can pass any law that will supersede.
Akim, I want to ask you a question. Excuse me, Akim, please let me ask you a question. Please, just give an example of what will happen to you in Lagos that will make you to take the Lagos State government to court. Give an example.
If a Lagos State government asks me to register in any certain database, right, that is not nationalized by the federal government, I can take them to court.
If you reside there,
I'll take them to court.
Brother, if you reside there, if you're a resident of that state, you must do it.
My brother, no, I don't have to do it.
Akim has been,
if you're a resident of that state, you must do it. You don't have a choice.
Akim,
you don't have a choice. You must do it.
Look, Akim, what we are talking
about the law. Let's forget about the law part of it. Practical. It won't work. How many times do we have to ask?
No,
the ones that live in the United States. The ones that live in the United States, you have your national, you have social security number. It is not issued to you by Texas or by New York or by California. It is the United States government that control your social security number.
Yes,
You that
homeland
live in
security.
Sweden,
Homeland,
the one
homeland
that you have
security.
is controlled by the Swedish government. You that live
Yes.
in Spain, the one
My
you
bro-
have
my
is controlled
brother,
by the
my
Spanish
brother,
government. I
my
that
brother.
live in
No,
Ireland,
My
our
brother,
PPS number. My brother,
Akim,
let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish, please. You see, when you give birth to a child here, right? You just go to one small kiosk, like an office, and register for the birth certificate. It's in your local government. But that PPS number that they're going to issue to that child, it is logged into the central data system of the federal. If that child goes to Dublin or goes to Cork or goes to any part of Ireland, and then they tap that number, all the details of that child will come out on the system. You cannot have a sub-regional government. I've asked you people, tell me any country where it has worked, where
Okay, I will
one
answer you.
small
Let
part
me
of that
answer you.
country
Let me answer you.
operates
Let
a
me answer
Akim,
you.
database.
sometimes,
You can't tell
you
me.
know, this issue,
Akim,
Epa,
let me
this
answer
issue,
you.
I've argued with Akim many times. Let me quickly throw something here, my brother, before you put something in. The
Okay.
problem we have in Nigeria is this. You see, to achieve a better government, the white people, they structure government into three hands. And at the same time, they also structure the power of government into local government, state, the region, or state, or before federal. Now, what is the real functions of the local government? Because the local government is the most important aspect. They are the one that is so close to the people. How are they close to the people? Their ability to register every houses, whether it is federal government structure, whether it is the regional structure, that fall or private that fall within that local government, they must have a database of that house. That is called record. It's in our constitution for them to do it. Now, if anybody died, the local government must register it before the burial. It's in our constitution. What are we talking about here? Now, if you put to bed, the local government is supposed to know that social child was born within the local government area. You understand me? They are the one that's supposed to register your address. I'm coming now.
Yourself now.
Listen. Now, I'm not you argue too much. You don't listen. That is why you say I'm contradicting. Then the local government is the one that will register your existence in a country because the house live within them, the address is within them. So they are the one that will now say this is where you live. Even the house, they have the plan. They have the number of people that have to live in that house. They are the one who record it to the state and the region and the federal. So when you want to create a even in marriage, it is not federal that register marriage. That is to tell you the functions of the local government. But we have a situation where the government is completely dead. The functions of the local government is to build borehole, build some market, and siphon the money. That is why your state governor don't even see their importance. He's trying to see it like something that is not valid. But under normal circumstances, if you want to go to database today, it will revive the local government in a way that they will not going to steal our money. Because indeed, if you start sharing money to local government, imagine the number of money that will disappear. And they don't account for anything good. They don't even know their functions. So you are telling us here that we must remain in that darkness, that we cannot go for database?
Can I chip in this? A lot of people are knocking me there, say, "Pat tired." Naomi, I'm not tired. Now only you are never great since. And they listen to everybody. So for me to answer Mr. Midwest, I believe, say, if government really want to be doing that, I think the government should crack down on the landlord. The landlord should start the work. I mean, they should be the prime people to use here. If the landlord can list the tenants or the people in their houses, and from there, if you can tax the landlord or ask the landlord to pay the money, then the landlord will not share this money among his, will not embed it in their rent system to get this money.
We don't need to disturb
let me come in.
Before you build a house, you pay what is called a molu. You pay this, you pay that. Under normal circumstance, we're supposed to account for those money and prepare this data for the house, which is called what they call architect draw. What is it called? Foundation. That paper they do for architect. That is where the house start from. What is it called? Don't forget the name.
Yeah, guys.
Make we not divert too much. Just 1 second. I'm going to log out. The issue we are talking about, let us not digress. too much. We are talking about
Yeah.
let us specify.
Yeah.
You know, let us use a simple explanation for this health issue. You know, like we are trying to lay emphasis on database system that is coming from the central system of government. Fine, that one is okay. But this health issue, let us see a common way of it. Like, let me just give example like those state health card, just that name. I'm not saying that is the name that should be given. The state government
In
can
Spain, you carry the healthcare of your region. You don't carry national own. Is it not your state to carry your region?
Okay, what is this thing going
In
to
Spain,
do?
I carry Valencia on when I was there, not the national.
Hold on, bro. So this thing is going to carry.
Can you let him? Victor is just watching since he's not that.
Yeah, I want to say something, but there's no moderation here. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm just listening to everybody. Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, fellow panelists. It's my pleasure to be here. Yeah. Thank you all. I think the topic is about Edo State healthcare services and insecurity.
Yeah.
So let me first of all talk quickly about the healthcare. You see, before we begin to talk about healthcare service, let's ask ourselves one question. Do we even have a healthcare system in place?
No.
You know, as a state or even as a country, you know, because healthcare is very, very challenging, you know, for any government, whether it's federal or state. It's a very, very challenging something. Yeah. If you look at most advanced countries, for example, you know, they have a healthcare system in place that works. You know,
that's what we have been saying.
Why is it working? That's what we're talking about.
Let me finish.
Why is it working?
Let me finish.
Victor.
And you know, these advanced countries we are talking about, like America and Europe, you understand? They built their system, you know, for many years. You understand? They've come a very, very long way. So if we are talking about healthcare, it's more than healthcare as a whole. Let's take a holistic view at healthcare, for example. It is more than just building hospital. Healthcare is a system. You understand? So, for example, like in America or in some parts of Europe, there's an insurance system attached to healthcare. I know in the UK, there's a national health service that it's quite different from most other countries that use insurance. But like in America, for example, you see that the government, they know that healthcare, if you want to provide quality, you know, top-notch healthcare system, it is not cheap. It is not, it's very, very expensive. That is why in America, for example, you must have insurance for you to access the healthcare.
We have said all this. That's what we have been saying.
You understand? So what I'm saying is that, you know, for us to have a sound healthcare service or healthcare system in Nigeria, we must first establish a system. How do we deliver this service? Is it through insurance or is it free of charge?
Who are those? The people that doesn't have identity, how would they be paying? This is the question.
Hold on.
Let you learn. 3 minutes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So when we say healthcare service, you understand, we must look at it holistically. It's not just the hospitals. It's beyond the hospitals. Because if government wants to provide it, the question about healthcare is who pays for it? Who pays for it? Is it the government that pays for it, or is it through insurance? So let's if we want to bring the insurance system, like most parts of Europe and America, if you want to bring an insurance system into healthcare in Nigeria, then we have to define how we are going to introduce insurance system. How does it work? Because, for example, like for example, in the Netherlands, for example, if you are working, you must be insured. You must have a health insurance. It's compulsory. If you don't have it, you'll be fined. If you don't have an insurance, you'll be fined for it. So first and foremost, Nigeria as a country, or even Edo State, there is no healthcare system in place. It's zero.
What we are talking about now is how to put it. We are profiling solutions.
How to put that system in place.
Yes, that's what we are talking about. If you ask me, the way to do it is through insurance system.
Okay, what are the possibility of you insuring people that you doesn't know with social security number?
No identity, without identity.
People will have to work.
No.
How are you going to run it? Because in America, it is possible because they have a social security number.
Listen. The
Yeah.
way it works is this. You understand? The way it works is this. Most hospitals, like most hospitals, they look. There are two sides of the coin. The health givers and the people that pay for it, the insurance companies and the hospitals, they have to work together. So what happens is that there is in advanced country, there is a law in place. There are insurance companies that you can go and register with. Then the hospitals, when you go to a hospital, the insurance card.
Rita Adams said, "Are we talking about Nigeria or Edo State? We want to just discuss specifically on Edo State."
And Edo State.
Whether Edo State or Nigeria, it's the same everywhere. There's no difference. Healthcare is difficult in Delta, it's difficult in Edo, it's difficult everywhere. But we're just in Edo State in particular. For Edo State to improve the healthcare system, for me, in my opinion, there might be other ideas. It's through insurance system where we have to bring in the private sector. Insurance companies have to come in, where individuals can go and
How many people are working in Edo?
Sorry,
100,000 people. That's what we are. 100,000 statistically. It's not
for 5 million people head.
Tentatively, calculatively.
But what I'm saying, let's forget about the number for now. Let's first of all say, okay, how can we have a good healthcare system that works in Edo? For me, for me, no government can provide free healthcare. Let's.
No, we are not talking about free, affordable healthcare.
We are not talking about free. We are talking about functioning now.
The question you should be asking yourself. The question you should be asking yourself,
functioning one.
The question you should be asking yourself is that this healthcare system now, who pays for it? Government cannot pay for it. Individuals have to pay for their healthcare. Even in America, government don't pay your healthcare for you. So,
no, in the whole of Europe, it is the government that pays.
No, it's not the government that pays in the whole of Europe. It's not.
Okay, maybe in some country in Europe, because I've been to 2 countries in Europe, like Sweden here.
In Netherlands is based on insurance system.
They deduct it from your insurance.
You have insurance and you access
in England, you have the NHS in England. The NHS.
In Sweden, you have your social security number. Before you get your salary, the government will take their tax there and take the one for healthcare.
Let me quickly address this.
In Spain, you have Seguridad Social.
It's government.
Let me quickly address this issue. Social security, I think I want to take the line of Hakim. Social security is good, but Edo cannot implement it in isolation. You know why? Okay. Check for example now. Let's look at our immigration system now. We have passport office in Edo. We have in Lagos. We have in Abuja. If you go and take a passport in Edo, that's your passport number is registered in the central passport system. So anywhere you go, any office you go, if they press that number, it will come up. Whether it was given to you in Edo or in Abuja or Lagos, there is a central database for all passports holders in Nigeria, international passports. So
let me quickly. I understand you are. Let me quickly comment. You what you are saying is just like we are still trying to go back to what we have discussed before. The issue we are talking about now, based on what we have on ground, how can the individuals in Edo access medical care in that place? And it's just a simple thing,
That's what I've answered you. Now I said, in my opinion, it's through insurance system. That's the only feasible way.
My brother, see, let us come to some certain things. Epa asked one question before. We have insurances in our car. Have you seen anybody that insurance has assisted in Nigeria? The whole of Nigeria, so on top of even your state, nobody. Even if you introduce anything insurance, like the one Obaseki is trying to, you see, he has failed already, even from the beginning. It's not working. Until you create, look, you use an immigration. Immigration is federal, and the reason why they issue you passports is not because you want to live in Nigeria. It's because you are going out of the country. So that is a different thing entirely, because we are all Nigerian.
But what I'm saying is that if you collect your passport from Lagos office, you can go to a Benin office and press that passport number. It will still come out in their system.
It's still the same thing. Look, see how a data works.
That's what I'm saying. The same thing with national insurance. It's that they call it national. Look at the name national. It's not state. National insurance. It's a national thing. It's
we are
that's why
making
they
a
use the word
mistake.
national.
The
It's
thing
a
is this,
national thing.
even in United,
If you
my
have
dear
it,
brother,
anywhere you get
let
national
us not
insurance,
argue too
you can
much
go
here.
anywhere.
If
You can use it there. The whole country.
One person should
accepts
speak at a time, please.
that is the way it works.
So that we
Okay,
can
if
hear.
you go to
They
United
call it
States,
national for a reason. It's not state.
okay, if you go to even the America, two people are here. I want to ask a question. There are some states you will even go in that United States after many years. You will see that you want to, you want to process some things with the government. You will see these people. There's a way they adjust. I'm talking about different states. Do you have it in your place like that? There's something you want to do, but it's the same thing. But the state government attach some certain things to it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's somebody here from America. Let's
hear from him, brother.
Let me ask him one question.
Wait. What you are saying is,
America.
my brother,
Let that guy answer it.
American person. Wait, let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
If in America you live in New York, for example, and you get a national, and you have a national insurance in New York, and you move to Texas, will you change your national insurance? Can't you use the same national insurance number in Texas?
No. It's Social Security. Your Social Security is national. You can only change your driver's license. You can only change your driver's license
It's a national
according
thing.
to the residence where you live.
One state cannot do it.
My brother, see where I'm coming from.
Listen, my brother. Why I don't agree with you and Akim is that we don't want to debate the reason why our healthcare decay. Why we find ourselves in this terrible situation or a total mess up is because we don't have social security number and we don't have identity to create a proper accountability. So let my brother answer that question. If you want to process
social security is national. Social security is national. No state can have it in isolation.
Hello guys, we are going far too much. Do you know that a state can as well establish their own homeland security? In Florida today, because the top government in Washington DC is Democrat, the Florida governor Ron DeSantis is a Republican. He's trying to form his own Florida national security police.
But Florida have their own state police.
Wait, let me tell you. You understand? Let me say something, brother. That tells you that a state governor can control the situation in his state to better the life of his people.
Without single discrimination.
Not in Nigeria, my brother.
No, I know, not Nigeria.
My brother.
We all understand Nigeria, but somebody will start it. Somebody should start something.
My brother, the Florida you mentioned now, Florida have their own state police that they control.
I know every state have their own state
police in Nigeria.
This governor, now. Okay, hold on. This particular governor wants to Nigeria. An election police officer that will checkmate in elections day whenever they are doing federal election. You understand? The case is in a
what you don't understand is that America is operating through federalism.
That is what we are copying.
That
is why when the COVID broke out, every state blocked their border. I don't say block their border for Deltas not to come. You know, this state can implement the same thing. This is what we want for our citizens. If you know that,
my brother, can I come in, please?
It cannot be national. It can be for the Edo people alone.
Mr. Akim, before please, I want to direct a question to Mr. Akim. Mr. Akim.
We don't have state police in Nigeria.
I have a question for Mr. Akim. Let's take, for example, there is an earthquake in one of the local government in Edo State today, and the World Bank said, I want to give like 100,000 to the people that live there so they can have something to start up with. You as a governor, how will you be able to achieve this without social security?
Those I filmed the money now. Just rest. That money will enter one of your accounts.
No, let him talk, because every time they tell us here it cannot work, it cannot work. It cannot work because they will stop stealing your money. That is why they don't want to do it.
You ask me question now. Do you want me to answer your question or not?
Answer it, my brother.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. You see, when you live somewhere, brother, do you have a house there?
When I live anywhere I live now, I will just go straight to the local tax office.
No, my brother. When you live somewhere, do you have a house in that place where you live, or you live in the bush?
Clarify your question. When you say live, where I reside,
Can I come in?
I don't understand your question, Akim.
No, I'm trying to explain. You say how is the government going to distribute the money to those people who are affected?
You as a governor, let me say you are not a governor of those states.
Yeah, obviously there are people.
Can I come in, please? 1 second. I'm getting knocked from the commentators or the commenters. I just want to ask one question. Among all of us here now, the panelists, how many of you have car insurance, third-party insurance in Edo? If you go to Eguadase, go to West Circular, they will issue you one. So what are we talking about here now? That the insurance system, because of the corruption system, this thing won't work. The insurance. What I expect is persuasion, just like the way we were telling the governor, please persuade the people on COVID restriction. If we don't have a good system, I mean a good hospital system whereby everything is in there, if we can borrow money to fix roads, to go and build a Central Park, then so that people can come in and see that this hospital is better, people will pay the money, the insurance. If you don't have a good place, like my brother said that, if we don't have such a thing, don't have such a hospital there, you expect me now to pay insurance contribution. The Western world, which we are comparing ourselves with, they have it in place, and they ask people to come and buy. You cannot come and do me for 1 You don't have a good thing. I mean, a good hospital. You ask me to come and be paying money for insurance to build it. We've had a situation whereby people will pay for a lot of things and they don't get it. They will not pay. Persuasion here will help. We are moving forward now for the answer.
Hello.
Everybody, every panelist, each and every one, you have 2
Hello.
minutes to tell us. Go ahead.
Hello.
How are you calling?
Who are you calling? You should call us by name, sir.
Yeah, hello.
I'm calling, first of all, I would like Hakim to go ahead one by one.
Hello.
So, but can you tell our brother to mute his this thing because he's on the phone?
Who is in there so that I can mute him here?
Okay.
Okay. Thank God.
Go ahead. Who's answering telephone call?
Don't tire. You're not eating well.
I don't know his name. I think it's I don't know that. Is that Mr. Ogbeide?
No, not me.
It's good.
No,
I'm not the one.
He's the other guy.
Midwest.
Yeah, I don't know his name, Ipa.
Not Midwest, not me.
No.
Okay, 3 of us.
I will start from.
Is it Victor?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, Victor is on is mute.
Okay, thank you very much. Ipa, like I said to you before, like I've said on this debate before today, the government of Edo State have a policy in place, which is the Edo State health insurance scheme. Okay, so like I said to you, I think that's it's a welcome development. It's a good policy. So and I said to you that I would like to see the government aggressively pursue or create an awareness program to the people, because what we have, I understand that there are people who say this thing will not work without us having a social security number or we having a central database. But what my argument against that is already well founded, so I don't want to go into it again. But I think with the situation we find ourselves in, we have to try to make the best out of it. And I think that is what the government is trying to do. So basically, what they should be doing now is to try to take these policies direct to the people so that the people will be aware of what the government is trying to do. Like I said to you, when the people key into it, that will bring a lot of resources into the government. I understand that you are using the car as an example. When you want to insure your car, insurance for car is different from when it comes to health issues. Those are two different things. So with this one now is that when say if the government is able to put say maybe 500,000 people into the scheme, say maybe on the 500 naira a month, whatever comes in, the government can then subsidize the rest and put that money into the health sector to try to improve the health system. So to try to improve the healthcare system. So for me, I think it's a right direction to go, and they should aggressively pursue it. That is my only concern about the policy. They should aggressively pursue it and take it to the people. If you have to bring in a lot of employ more people, let them go into the market, let them go to the bus stations, let them meet the people where they are and sell these policies to them so that these people can key into it. It's easier for you to pay 500 naira a month than to go to the hospital and pay 20,000 naira cash at once. So which one would you prefer? You would rather pay like 500 every month. It's easier that way than when you wait for the day where you have to go into the hospital and then they charge you 20 or 50,000 naira, then you start struggling. So people need to understand what insurance, healthcare insurance is all about, and it's up to the government to sell it to the people and then create this awareness system. Whichever way they want to do it, they have to do it, because all this while we're just talking about the hospital is not good. They need those funds to go into those sectors.
I want to ask.
Thank you very much.
I want to ask you some question. Cost of selling this insurance policy to the people. Cost of selling it. Cost of selling it. Put that into consideration. And secondly, put it into your consideration whereby people in Edo will have corruption problem. Put that into your consideration. And thirdly, put it into your consideration that here is a situation, most of the people are not employed and they are not registered. The government do not have database of any name. In the United Kingdom today, everybody got national insurance. And this national insurance, there are those, no, I don't think in the United Kingdom, anybody can just, will find it to avoid or dodge national insurance payment. So long you are working, it's deducted at source. Most of the people, the Western world we are comparing it to now, all of them, they do deduct their national insurance or insurance from source. Here is a situation, 5 million people. I don't think 1 million people are gainfully employed. Even those on self-employed are not even accounted for. They don't even have the database of all the small business, mama put and all those small kiosks. They don't have them. It would have been better, because we want to move to the security issue to discuss that into, like I said earlier on, that we may have part 2. We don't have the database of all those small businesses, and they don't pay tax or self-assessment. Even where you have a lot of us in the diaspora, we do have registered company. By law, if it's registered with CAC, your tax is supposed to be paid to the federal government. They have what they call FIRS, FIROS, Federal Inland Revenue Service or so. Then you have the state one as well, which they employ people to go and lock up all the bank, 9-4 and all, for the people to bring money for the state to work with. That is those are the problems. We talk about national insurance, we talk about all this insurance. We are comparing it to federal system whereby these people are well developed. Most of these things started after the Second World War. We don't have that. A child born here today, like one of us said, that they are registered as source from birth. Our own churches will build hospital, they will give them birth certificate. State will build, they will give them certificate, and along the line, most of them change their names and all those whatnot, and it's not registered again. What do you have to say about that before I move into Midwest Republic?
Okay, but I think that is very easy to address, because one, I told you just now, it is a registration process. They come to you, you register, you give them your name, your date of birth, your address, and they will issue you with a card with a registration.
One second, please. I forgot to add this. I remember when Governor Lucky Gbenejon was the governor of Edo State, he then come up with a travel insurance, which is deducted at the point of travel. Where are all those money today? Did it work?
No, you asked me. That's a couple of questions in one, so I'll answer them. No. I won't dodge. I won't dodge. I will answer your question. So on on the first one, that one is like I said. When they come to you, they'll register you. They'll give you a card, give you a registration number or a reference number, your date of birth, your address. So this is the amount. They'll take your health record, your health history. Who is your doctor? If you don't have one, okay, fine. Then this is the amount you're going to be paying every month. That is your own unique registration number. It is up to the government to create a formula how that is going to be stored in their own system, in their insurance system. So that one is not an issue at all. Then on the one where you talk about travel insurance and how the money went, that is a trust in government. I understand that trust in government among citizens is very low. But when the government come up with a policy, we cannot just say because one government has done one bad before, then we have to just tie this government with the same rope. We have to be able to create some level of trust and then give them the chance to do what they promise to do until that time comes whereby they start acting like the previous one. Then you can then create your own level, your own judgment on that government. But you cannot just say because it happens under Igbenedion, then it's going to be the same thing under Obaseki. I don't think that is a fair judgment. You have to give him time to do his own and then see how it goes before you make a judgment on his government when it comes to issues like that.
Thank you very much. 6 years in government. Thank you, Hakim. Midwest Republic, what do you have for us?
Yeah, Ipa, let me just talk about solution here. We have all agreed that there is a problem, but how can we really solve this problem? And again, we should look at what led us to this total mess where nothing is functioning. If you agree with me, people that are living in advanced country, they will understand that it's because we don't have social security number. That is why it is possible for one person to kill every policy, even before arrival. The state governor is trying to initiate a policy, but the policy is already dead from arrival. I will tell you why. If you register people to start paying that money and they don't have the social security number, give it to them immediately when you are registering them. At the end of the whole game, you will see doctors, nurses, people who sell medicine. They will start writing people's name unnecessarily. And at the end, if they treat 10 people, they will be collecting money for 100 people. It's easy for people to manipulate the system. And that is why everything collapsed. So if the state governor wants to help his people, he will create a panel. He will agree that this system is not working, it has collapsed. How did we find ourselves here? What can we do? People will be coming out with ideas and solutions. Then we will be weighing this solution according to what is peculiar to us at that very particular moment. Now, if he want to say he want to give us health care or he want to give us good education, why is the education not working? Yet they are spending money. Why are we not having health care? Yet they spend our money on health care. I gave an example. Edo State Central Hospital, as large as it is, the whole building came down. We did not even see any single doctor in the street that cry out and say our job has been taken, our job has been affected. Where are the doctors that they are paying? My brother, we need to ask questions. So the governor himself have to understand that there is no way he can help his people without a social security number. But in every one of us agree that there is no policy that will work, and it's not going to work as far as we don't have this number in place. The better we will cry for it. You can never implement any policy and expect it to work. And the governor,
question for you, Mr. Midwest Republic. I've told you, what modalities are you going to register these people? These are places, a lot of people from other states or from other countries are in Edo. Here is a situation where passport can be changed anytime, names change, and land grabbers are developing more forests to become villages or towns. How do you get it? How would the government reach them? And I can assure you the government do not even know the new towns, or like just like places like Amagba, all those Upper Ekewan Road, Ugbeoko. How do you reach them? The local government not functioning. Go ahead before we ask the ACK.
EPA, the thing is this: we must agree that things are not working. So once we identify it, we will question why is it that it's not working. Then after being able to find out exactly the cause, then we will treat that cause and we will see things working. You want to build a house, you go to a village, you go and pick a land. They sell land for you, the government is not involved. No town planning. The Ministry of Work and Housing is dead. The Department of Town Planning is gone. The Survey Department is gone. The local government don't register the house. Automatically, government is not even involved. You start building your house. So now, if even where there is a case, a court case, it is the most influential that will win because the government is not even there. That is why sometimes they even issue seal of ownership. One land will be having 2 or 3 from the state government office. It even happen in the federal level. So you can see that all they have to do for us is just to start structuring the government to function. The federal government told the state governor, you are crying. We should restructure this country. Why can't you restructure your state? It's a very good question. So these people, the reason why they don't restructure, they don't want to do things different is that there is no way they will start stealing our money once you have a social security number, because they have to account who is paying and who are they treating. So it will be difficult for them. So they don't want it, and they keep on giving excuse and becoming with policy to siphon our money.
Thank you. Irene said, Hakeem, you should give Obaseki time. Now for you and time. Obaseki has had 6 years, Madam Irene. 6 years, 2 years now go take the settle this foundation. Mr. Ak, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Good day, everybody. It's almost 5 o'clock here, 6 o'clock here in Texas. I've been following you. I'm at work now, so I just came out to have a brief talk in it because it's mind-boggling, and a lot of people here, some people here are not really getting the reason and the purpose for having a social security number. You see, right here in America, your social security number tells the state government on how to plan for the people. Anything that the state government want to do, if they want to transmit even money you are owing anybody, if they want to transmit, it is through your social security number, because your social security number has everything concerning you. If you are moving from one place to the other, as you register with any company, they tap into your social security number. Automatically, it collates your new address. You see, the last speaker that was saying and is clamoring on social security number, I know the reason why he's clamoring for it. One, if every Edolite has a social security number, I tell you, the level of corruption in governance we come down to, we really come down, because it's going to capture who you gave the money to and who received and who did not receive. The extent of people having what you call pension scheme, you cannot take out of the pension scheme when the social security numbers are active. There will be a law that closes that gap because it's being monitored every day. So if you don't have a social security number, there's no how you can plan an health issue. There's no how you can plan it. It will go down the drain, because Nigeria as a country, as a whole, I look at it holistically, has been trying different systems all over again. The same system all over more than 50 years, it hasn't worked. So when a man is trying to bring a new system that will curtail corruption, that will tell us and we'll be able to check who and who is benefiting, who and who is taking the money, the social security number aspect of it is the best.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ak. Our sister here, Irene Linus, He said, why are we hitting on the social security number when we know the government is not ready for it? My question now to you is, everybody here, Midwest Republic, talking about social security, that we should have this, we should have that. No one is talking about how, bearing in mind the situation of our state or of the whole of Nigeria, of corruption, of education, of unemployment, and of illiteracy, that they should fashion a way out on how we to modify this social security, if it is the best, or do we have another way of doing it? But I do know of the traditional way of recognizing, of knowing people in Nigeria, in Edo, before the advent of the Western world. Everybody just want to copy the Western world, but we don't talk about modification. Mr. Ack, that question goes to you and Midwest Republic before I come back to Victor and Mr. Ogbeide.
Okay. Okay. Am I on now?
You are on.
Okay. If you're talking about the traditional way, I read
about modification, and I
modification.
give
You made mention of modification. If you check the history of Nigeria very well, modification has been done, and there was no good result that came out of it.
Which of the modification?
When we talk about social security, we are talking about building a new foundation. When you are copying a system, you are not copying 100% of that system. You are copying the system, modifying it, and bringing it in to suit the tradition and the culture of your people. Nigeria has gone a long way that we are seen ourselves as a failed state. And the foundation of the country has been terminated. What we have is copy, paste, work, everybody, no record, nothing. You cannot get, and if anybody steals from, if he go and rob in Abuja now, and he run down to Sokoto, that person has disappeared. He can change his name.
Within Nigeria, not even traveling outside, or within Nigeria.
Yes, within Nigeria, he has disappeared. You can walk into the local government headquarters and get a new birth certificate and change your birth certificate. If you have such a system and you have a tradition that people as a little bit corrupt, they corrupt the tradition, monetize it, and anybody can get a title from anywhere, will you continue to stay in a system that doesn't work, that corrupt your people every day? You see people stealing money, we don't have any trace of them. Even if we have trace of them, what is the judicial process to bring them in? It has failed. So if we have to build another foundation, then we have to talk on the new constitution and how devolution of power to the state, so that they can have power to do something and sync it with the national policy. That is what we have, and that is where we have to come in and make a policy where we can capture every Edolite, so that we can plan for anything that we want to plan for. Because your national population itself does not really capture the exact people. One, tradition, culture, religion. So what we need to do to break this thing is to have a social security number that can break any. If you are a Muslim, you can't tell me that you cannot have a social security number. You will have it. That will enable people to plan. It's just a matter of.
They have it in Saudi Arabia. They have it in Iran.
That is it.
So
you have to have it. And if you need to modify it, you can modify it to suit your culture, your tradition.
Will it not be better we modify taking our tradition into consideration in that.
Okay, Epa, let me also answer this one here. Let me answer this one. When they get Epa.
1 minute in a traditional setting.
Epa, let me answer that one. In our traditional setting, the villages, when Edo was a villages, they identify everybody that live with them. If a stranger comes, they identify. That is why they were able to have what is called Yonwe. They are able to keep record who is the oldest, who follow the person. Now, when the Edo now expand, they no longer know the age of everybody. The first person to build a house in a street now take the position of a John Were. So, in other words, that means it now require a change. Because if it is a kind of a tradition that's supposed not to be violated, that a elder person must be a John Were, that is when we're supposed to start giving data to people. You said when Ali was there, we were taking health care. Why the corruption was not too high? People fear the gods those days. You must be disciplined to your family. Don't bring shame to your people. It was in our head. But however, some people were already stealing. They will take the medicine, they will go and sell outside and write a name. What is your name? Obaseki came here, he received medicine. Obaze came here, he received medicine. Edokpolo came, he received medicine. They will siphon this money. Do you know why they were able to do it? We don't have social security number. So the governors...
We agree, but how do we now record to have an accurate, semi-accurate?
So just have it is simple. The State House of Assembly with the federal government, which is already in our constitution, as I told you, there is a portion in our constitution in Nigeria that said anybody that died, the local government have to register before burial. If you burn somebody in Nigeria, it need to be registered immediately after his birth. That's why they said hospitals should be giving certificate. The problem is that those certificates they issue, instead of the state to start or local to start creating a database for the local government to be able to put it in a strong system, they neglected that portion so that they can continue to be copying name and be siphoning money. And I gave an example to Hakim. If your Baseki now, there is a disaster in one local government in Edo State, a well-educated man, there is no money. And the World Bank said, I want to go and help the people, the victim. And they gave the money to your state governor. How is he going to distribute it? He will only lie and they will siphon the money. Because why? There is no social security number. A society without social security number has no government. All you're going to see is disaster. Now you see our youth, they are slaughtering people. More is still coming. And there's no way to trace it. There's no way to solve it. I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay. You said what you have to say. But the question is to you now, based on what you have just said, is that you've not addressed it properly to me.
Okay, let me address it. There is a company here in Sweden I can contact if the governor wants to work with me. They just, all you have to do is that people can pay like 100 naira. It's enough for them to start giving their registration. It's so simple. Once you create the database, it's over. Once this healthcare thing, we are talking about.
The question is this. You know, it's in the constitution that every Nigerian right to get a passport.
That one is international. Don't bring it to Itana. That is an external. Please, don't confuse people here.
No, people can change their name. People can change their name and identity.
Let me tell you, if Nigeria if Nigeria government want to investigate that dubious attitude, even the one where person do 10 years with computer system, they will appear again. So don't forget about that one. Okay, if you are serious, you want to stop something.
With computer system,
are there.
With computer system, people have been registering for voters card in Nigeria. What is happening? Are there no way people can vote 10 times?
Epa, listen. Let me tell you why that one is possible. The same people they register have no identity properly. So that is why they can vote 20 times. Even these things are fake policy because there is no foundation. There is no foundation to regulate it.
Fingerprint is not identity.
See the problem.
That is not correct, you know.
Let not bring that one in here because
on the issue with voters card, you cannot vote more than once.
Have you participated in an election in Edo?
Of course.
But there's a way they do that. The reason is this: the government is a joke. They are not serious. Everybody is corrupt. Everybody want the power. If they really want to do it right with that card, they will figure those who did it twice. But because they are not ready, like in this case, if the governor is serious, we are talking about our people. You cannot have a government that doesn't have a social security and is telling you he's planning. Like Obaseki said, he's going to distribute healthcare. I wept. To whom? People you don't know. How are you going to run it? Just build it. Even a tent, when COVID-19 was killing people in United Kingdom, in Sweden, they were building tent as an hospital. Was it not functioning? They put proper equipment in place. And
brother, you keep using country. You keep using country to make example. That is why I just keep quiet. You keep using country when you want to make use London to make example. You keep using country to make example against a sub-regional government.
You find out
that's why I just keep quiet.
You always stand on the part that your government must remain a useless government. It must remain a failure.
No, you always say it's Sweden. No, say Imamo. Okay, stop saying in Sweden. Say Imamo.
Okay, Imamo, Sweden, or maybe in Stockholm, they were building tent as an hospital, and the region is responsible for that healthcare because they are the one that have to account to the central, whatever they spend at the end of the year. So these are policies. So it's not like we are one country. Like in Spain, your region take care for your healthcare, but it is still a national issue. There is a way to balance that. But the region must take care.
Why do you think it still end up with the national government at the end of the day? Because you know what you fail to understand. Let me explain something to you. You need to understand. You see, local government is a subsidiary of the federal government as a government that is closer to the people. Local government works hand in hand with the central government. That is why you cannot go and register a child that you born in Uselu in Abuja. You have to register that child in Uselu. But that's if we have a central system, when you register that child in a local government in Uselu, in the local government, guess what happens? That details goes into a central database. They have to, like the local government is a child of the government.
Akim, a question for you. Do you know that a lot of child birth in Edo are done privately or traditionally? They don't even know what is registry to take a child to registry. You know that?
But this is what I'm saying to you, that our government has failed holistically when it comes to letting the people know their right. One, even in abroad, people have home birth. People give birth at home. But you still have a certain amount of date where you have to take that child to the registry and register the child. Okay, it's not even in the West where we live. Not everybody gives birth in the hospital. People give birth at home. After you have a certain time where you have to take that child and register the child. And when the child is registered, they still give the child the birth certificate. If it's in the UK, the national insurance number, in Ireland, your PPS number. They give you everything that is your right as a child that was born in that country. So the fact that the child was born at home is the fault of the parents that they didn't go to register the child. They have to take the child to go. Maybe.
Sorry, Mr. Hakim, I know what you are saying. Johnson Emmanuel is saying BVN. How can you rate the BVN system?
There are too many stuff out there. What the government needs to do is to create a functional local government. This is why I have problem with our people. We have problem, okay? Solutions. How do you create solutions? Everybody keeps shouting, governor should do a local government. But do you want to live in a country where the local government is a slave to the state governor? No, I want a strong local government because this is a government, an independent local, so that whenever they want to conduct election, it should not be state governors that is conducting local government election. It should be INEC, so that if it's every 4 years, you go there and you run for a local government election. And when they want to conduct a local government election, we should no longer have a position of a local government chairman. Everybody should contest as a councillor. So at the end of the day, the majority party, when they go to the local government council, they form a government, and then within themselves, they will then elect a council leader. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Thank you very much. That's parliamentary. Let's listen to Mr. Ogbede if he's still there. Mr. Ogbede, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, yes, sir. My thing is that I think we should be talking about proper solution. You know, we all are talking about social security. I think that is the best thing that will ever happen to to us to us as a Nigerian, but this corrupt government will never allow the social security system to happen in Nigeria. But there is still a pathway if the government we have in Edo State wants to really be transparent. You know, it is not all about like let's do it national or social security. You know, they can still do something like Edo State ID. You know, it can be programmed like the social security as an Edo citizen. Whether, no, it's not about, no, they can't use BVN because it's not everybody that has a bank account. You understand? They can't use a voter's card because it's not if you're not up to 18, you can't vote. This one they will make it Edo State ID. Whether you are 1 year old or anything, a day old, they can give that to everybody. But with that one, this can also make them capture everybody in the states. You know, if you don't have that, there should be a policy, there should be a law. There should be a law like it's not like an executive order. You know, the House of Assembly, which is the Edo State House of Assembly, should pass a law that if you don't have this thing, this Edo State ID, there are some certain things you cannot do. You understand? There are certain things. So from there, you know, whether you are a stranger, you come to Edo State, you can access our Edo State health insurance scheme. With that, everybody will start doing something. And to pay for this health insurance scheme, this thing is very easy because there is too much money in that state, too much money that is going to waste, and so many people are just keeping their money. If they should tax all the land, all the houses in Edo State to pay a certain token of amount every month to health insurance scheme, my brother, my sisters, Edo State health insurance scheme will be so rich and they'll be taken care of it. But at the end of the day, these government people will also be corrupt and consume the money for another reason. You understand? So this thing is very easy. I will give you a proper example. Some people will be saying now like, he's saying that there's too much money in Edo State. They suffer. No, we know there are really poor people in Edo State, in Nigeria, and as in everywhere. But at the end of the day, our people back home, they have this money to do this thing, but the government is not setting up policy for them to bring this money out so that they can spend this money for the right thing. Okay, just imagine now. I'm giving an example. I know that I'm kind of going out of what you are saying, but if for example now, let me go to the comedy industry, industry. Why I say there is too much money in Nigeria. Let me go to the comedy industry. You just imagine somebody like what's his name? Is it Bastard Man, one of those guys in Lagos? You know, AY wants to do a show. AY wants to do a show. Do you know that AY show, they buy a table for 5 million, they buy a table for 1 million. You see boys hanging out doing all this thing, buy tables because those money are not
that money.
You know, but in America, yeah, I've gone to so many comedy shows. I can't pay more than $50 to go to a show, even $20. You understand? Do you know how much is $5 million? $5 million naira. $5 million naira is about $10,000. Imagine I'll go to Nigeria, go spend $10,000 to go pay for one table at the craze. You know, so that's why I say there is too much money in that country. The government, they don't want to set up policy that we bring those money for the poor. That's why you see me the first time when I start talking now. We are living for each other here. But in Nigeria, people don't want to live for each other. Everybody's just siphoning their money, keeping their money, whether illegally or legally.
Very much. Thank you. Victor, your turn. Victor, are you there? Victor is gone. So my people, I think I will give 2 minutes each for every one of the panelists to give us a solution, to summarize their solution, please. I'll start with Hakeem. 2 minutes.
Yeah, but thank you very much. Like I said before, I just want to appreciate you for this show today. I was not even expecting it when I saw you online, and I just want to say thanks to the viewers who are on the comment section as well. Like I always said, there's a policy out there, and for me, I think it's the right way to go. We need to go towards the insurance-based system for now, until we get to that point, maybe when Nigeria is financially buoyant enough to be able to take care of its citizens. Maybe then they will be able to provide free healthcare for all Nigerians. But as it is for a state on a sub-regional level, it has to be an insurance-based system. And the fact that there is no social security number, for me, I don't think that's an issue. Like I said, if the government aggressively pursue that policy, just all they need to do is employ people. Sorry, come back to me, please.
Midwest Republic, please go ahead.
Okay. What I want to say is this. If we really want to start tackling our problem, all we have to do is to lay foundation. The problem we are facing today is that it's just because the foundation was not properly laid, even from the beginning. So, and we as a people, our people are now very educated, and they are now a skillful manipulator, a skillful deceiver from the governor everywhere. They're deceiving the gullible people for nothing. Every policy in any society without a social security number is doomed to fail. If you introduce educational policy, for example, if I may ask the Commissioner of Education, if he come across this video, how many children will be starting school next year? He doesn't know. So if you don't know the number of your children in your house, how will you plan for them? So that is a very good example to him or whosoever that is occupied that position. The other time they said they need 50 pupils in a class, which I found out. I think Idobo Secondary School principal is already a victim of that devilish policy. I think one permanent secretary to education is already a victim to that devilish policy. Because why? They don't even have a pro database of a number of children in the school in the state. So they don't even have, it's a simple mathematics. If you have like 50 students, maybe times, you just have a 2 school with a classroom that is going to occupy them 10. Now, if the school is not in proportion with the number of students that are supposed to be 50 in a class of a room, maybe the school is not enough, then what will happen? The rest of people will go and stay in their house. So you can see they don't have a database to make policy. All they are just after is to deceive our people with fake policy that is dead before arrival and continue to tell us that they are working. If you look at our Obaseki administration, my dear, everything Obaseki promises us, even from a layman point of view, someone that has stayed in abroad, you will know that this guy cannot achieve anything. It's just, that is why he's coming out on daily basis with different approach. He cannot address healthcare issue because why? There is no foundation for him to work upon, and he don't like foundation. He cannot address our educational issue. If he like, let him go and be building school of agriculture, science and technology, is to deceive our people. We don't have scientists. We don't have science. We don't have technology. He's not partnering with anybody. Where will the technology and science come from? So the science and technology will rely on the paint of the building. They will clap, and that's all. And they will siphon the money. He was also part of the people who built the red roof for our school. He was part of that administration. But the private houses they built for themselves is still very intact. The school now, they don't have roof. The roof is gone. Low material. Because the Ministry of Work and Housing is dead, is not involved. How can you just centralize everything into your hand? We don't have local government. We don't have legislative arm of government. You are just ruling us just like a bunch of people that doesn't know anything. And we continue to clap for you. How are we going to do that?
Like,
so it's painful.
Thank you, Mr.
But do you still have part 2 on this show, or you are running up now?
No, we're going to have part 2 because part 2 will address the security problem again, and we'll talk about the health. I think I will leave. I don't know if Victor is still there. I will leave Hakeem now to summarize what he could not finish. Midwest Republic, I thank you for your contribution today, for taking time out. Hakeem, please go ahead. Give us your tip. What is the solution?
Okay, thank you very much. Like I was saying before, even though we don't have that central database, because for me, I'm not against having a database, because I think is the way forward. Is for us to have a country, we must have a central data system. We must be able to register, know who are Nigerians and who are not Nigerians. But one thing I don't think is possible is that for somebody to tell me that Yeah, you can operate it on a sub-regional level. I will never believe that one day. So I will say that, like I said to you, this policy for me is a good one. But then I will say, just because I say it's a good one doesn't mean that I support the implementation process as it currently stands now. I don't think it's being properly implemented. So the government still need to work hard to make sure they take it to the people. Whether I understand that, like I said to you earlier on, I'm not telling you that you should give the governor time. What I was trying to explain to you about was that, you give me an example about how a policy under the Benito government was abused due to fraud. So as and I said to you, this one we don't have any proof of fraudulent activities at the moment. So let us give it time to work as a policy, not as a governor, but as a policy, before we judge the policy itself. That's what I was trying to say earlier. No, I'm not saying give him time, because I heard you say 6 years has gone. But I was trying to explain to you that you should give the policy times to work before you actually make a judgment on it. For me, that was what I was trying to say. But thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you. May I just take this opportunity to thank everybody. The panelists that came in today, I thank all of you now. I hope you will join us in part 2. Irene Linus Johnson Emmanuel is from South Africa. She's a medical doctor. It's not a male, it's a female. It's a woman doctor. So, and a Benin woman. Now, doctor for South Africa. Irene Linus, I thank you. Glory Shop, I thank you. A lot of everybody will come in today, especially I thank you, Naomi, Andy Promise, I thank you. Thank you for joining us. Next, I think on Sunday, tomorrow morning, we're going to continue this program. Part 2 of it. Part 2 will concentrate more on the security. I thank you all very much for taking your time out today. Akim, I appreciate. Clarence Bell, I appreciate. Henry O. Osalobo Adebawa, I thank all of you now. God bless you all.